What up?
What is up?
What's going on?
Just another Sunday evening getting ready for a football game.
I guess. I'm almost mad that we have to watch Denver on primetime 2 weeks in a row. But it's going to make me feel better when Josh Dobbs wins.
Man, I mean, that's the storybook ending, right?
Yeah. Dude, you know how we were talking about during our picks this week? Also, let me pause real quick. What's up, Blood Fam? Welcome back. Thanks for hanging with us. We're happy to have you on this chilly Sunday evening. But you know how the other day we were talking about rooting for the Cinderella story when we were kind of discussing the Raiders versus the Dolphins, when we were trying to figure out how we thought that game was going to go.
Yeah.
And it went honestly just about as close to as expected as I did. Like Dolphins win, Raiders make it interesting. They keep it close. They battle. They fight. I just didn't think. I thought it was possible for them to win, but I didn't think inevitably they would finish it. But they'd still be in it. But that's the whole kind of talking point of this game right now. Not so much about Denver, but just talking about Josh Dobbs and what he's done in just the few weeks. He's been there, 2 weeks now, and he's won on 2 games in a row and looking to make the third game. And so it feels the same as kind of rooting for a Cinderella story. Honestly, I don't really. This game doesn't really mean anything to me, but I would like to see Josh Dobbs continue this, being he's in the NFC. I don't have to worry about him. We already played the Vikings this year. It was a really close game, but it's fun to see, right? Like if they're able to take down a team like Josh Dobbs, able to take down a team like the Lions, who literally do not even know what the word quit means, right, in their division, and then the Packers, they're figuring things out. It's probably too late in the season for them specifically, but they're making a good turning point right now, as a young team. And then looking outside of their division, they're going to have to start competing with the Eagles, the Niners, the Cowboys. There's a lot of these teams, right, that if they do make this playoff run, which it looks like they're trying to, they're going to have to prepare for that. And so I just feel like I don't really care about the Vikings all that much, but if they are theoretically to make it to the playoffs, other than the Lions, this would be the team that I'm rooting for, not because I think they deserve it, but just everything they've overcome this season is impressive, with a relatively still young head coach in his second year with the team, and Josh Dobbs, who's been there for 2 weeks, who's
What's intriguing about Josh Dobbs is Josh Dobbs has been basically with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin teaches quarterbacks how not to lose, right? He teaches quarterbacks how to manage a game. If you can be great, be great. Now, granted, with Mitch Trubisky, who has a little bit more arm talent, and then now Kenny Pickett, there wasn't room for him. So he's kind of bounced around, and nobody's really found his groove. But if you need a spot starter that can get you a couple of wins and get you through, he might be the guy. The question is there a coach out there that can take him to the next level and put him into that conversation of top 20 quarterbacks in the league? And Kevin O'Connell might be that guy. I'm not sure. If he is, then he might win today. If not, the wheels might kind of fall off on this game and Denver take off with it. But it's really fun to watch.
Panther Pizzle. What's good? Thanks for also joining us. I already welcomed everybody, but thanks for sneaking in here with us before the game kicks off. Yeah, there's just a lot of what's up, Brewers? How we doing? Long time no
What's up,
see.
Jeffrey?
Jeff. I don't know. I think this has the listen. The next person to ask me about Zach Wilson, and I'm gonna go AWOL, and he's not gonna know what to do. I
Oh, I know what to do if you go AWOL.
listen. If anybody watched the same game I watched and think Tim Boyle is the answer over Zach Wilson, I'm gonna say it. They don't know anything about football because he's just Zach Wilson with even less experience in this situation, what he was put into. But listen, I still stand on what I believe in. I still saw all the same things that everybody else watching that game saw. I think it was just Robert Saleh answering a crowd at this point. Like he's already getting hate after hate, but yeah, he made some mistakes. Yeah, his offensive line is Swiss cheese. I don't know what you want to say. I think there's no way Buffalo loses 3 in a row if they would have, done what they were supposed to do and beat Denver if they learned how to count to 11 and not 12. I feel like them winning that game might not have made this game seem so serious to them, and it probably wouldn't have been the same game. I got a lot of feelings. I'm really just,
the bad thing is that this is an unwinnable argument for you, no matter what, because he cannot be successful in New York. And I think that's
I've been
proven.
saying that.
I think it's the next team is where his possibilities lie, but somebody's got to take a chance and give him a spot and work with him. New York's not going to be his place.
It's just the New York, the Chicago. Those crowds are too quick to just pull their knives out on their own people. I have a lot of respect for Robert Saleh for sticking by him this long. I really do. People don't believe that was a good choice, but I watched Tim Boyle come in here and show me exactly why he didn't need to give up on Zach, because there is not a whole lot of talent out there unless somebody like Andy Dalton or Jimmy G or someone's going to just get cut from their team. So, dude, Zach Wilson does not deserve to be on the Bears. Nobody deserves to be on the Bears.
I love Justin Fields, though. I'm just going to say it again. I still love Justin Fields.
Jets should not have traded for a quarterback. I think that's a mistake because Aaron Rodgers is going to be back in a few weeks, months, however long, and then we're going to have a year and a half of that, pending his health, of course. And then he's going to move on, and either Zach Wilson will be there after being a backup for a while, or he'll be somewhere else. And if he's somewhere else, because, Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be there longer than 2 years max, they're just going to start over in this endless cycle. And so, whatever they want to do, I'm done talking about Zach Wilson today.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it's an unwinnable argument.
I'll debate it anytime. I'm just, as much as I hate to say it, let's talk about the Vikings and the Broncos.
I think this is going to be a really good game, honestly. I think the two teams are pretty evenly matched. They're both semi-hot right now, as hot as they can be. I think it should be a very good game.
I've had a really long day, so it doesn't look like it, but I'm actually looking forward to this matchup. As long as it's not 10-13 or 13-7, I'm happy with the outcome, because if it's more points than that, then I know it's like a good game. It's not just mistake after mistake. I think that these defenses are good enough to slow down each of these offenses, and I think both of these offenses are good enough to score points on this level of defense that they're playing. And so I think this is a pretty evenly matched game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem that I have in this game with either team right now is that I hate to see everything be put on Josh Dobbs' shoulders. I'd love to see a little bit of the running game from Minnesota to kind of complement him and give him the opportunity to have a balanced offense today. I think he's going to need that to win. And that's about the only glitch that I can find that he really needs help with, is a little bit in the running game.
Oh, yeah, and I did see that Alexander Mattison did get activated for this game, or is active, I should say. I don't know what his status was. I know he's been dealing with injury. I didn't know if that was IR, not IR, whatever. So he will be active, and if they can get through Denver's front four enough to, like you said, alleviate Josh Dobbs, I think this is going to be a fairly fair but hard-fought battle from both of these teams, and I feel like battle is the best word to describe it. Dude, a win for either of these teams put them in prime spots, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Denver's a little bit further behind the playoff battle.
But
Minnesota's right there in the thick.
But the thing about the AFC is everybody is either like you've got the Chiefs and the Chiefs and the Ravens sitting at the top spots, but everybody else, the separation's not that big. So yeah, they're a little further down, but you have a team or two above you lose one or two games while you're winning, and Denver is just in the same spot as everybody else. So I don't think Denver's out of it at 4-5, which is absolutely insane to say this far in the season, but that's just how brutal this AFC's been. And then Minnesota, they're literally in a prime spot. They're in the driver's seat right now. They keep winning, it doesn't matter, because like I said, the NFC is not like the AFC. It's not as thick, it's not as hectic. The playoff race is a lot easier for an NFC team right now.
I'm going to go ahead and drop, since we're getting ready to kick off, I'm going to go ahead and drop my prediction for the game in there, but I'm going to go Denver today, 23-20.
I was going to go 24-21, Minnesota. Or 24-21 Denver if Denver happens to win, but I'm picking Minnesota. I still think that score frame is pretty close either way. Looks like I don't know who won the toss, but Minnesota's going to get the ball first.
Did you want Denver or Minnesota on offense?
Well, that doesn't really make sense. We picked two different teams.
Okay.
Do you think firing of the coaches college snowball will hit the NFL soon? I think Brandon Staley, if he don't get fired, he's going to force them to fire him because he's starting to lash out now. So I think he's coming. I think that is coming. One more loss from the Chargers.
That might happen this week, to be honest.
Yeah, it might not even make it to the next game, but between now and then the end of the next game for sure, I think he might be gone with the Chargers loss. 1st and 10 from the 25. Fumbled snap. He's going to pick it up, hand it off to Madison, and he's still going to manage to get about 3 yards there. Bro, Dave, you're nuts. You're actually nuts. You're crazy.
This Josh Dobbs experiment is impressive. It really shows his mental fortitude. He's probably seen more different offenses in 2 years than anybody could ever imagine.
I saw a meme yesterday, and it said Josh Dobbs is today's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, in less than 2 years, for real.
2nd and 6, play action. Dobbs looks, fires, and he's got a guy who's going to be just about a yard shy of the first down. And that's
a great type of play call to get him outside the pocket, get him using his legs a little bit, get him in rhythm. That's a great way for Minnesota to start. Even though they didn't get the first down, it's 3rd and very, very short.
Yeah, I mean, 3rd and very, very manageable. Whether they try to run here just to put some faith in their run game or to do another play action here, which I could see.
I love getting him in space and letting him make decisions. That's probably the best offense they got, but it looks like they're going to run it. Hawkinson's under center.
Takes the direct snap, tosses it to Dobbs. Dobbs, oh my God, and he's going to fumble. He gets hit hard, and it pops it right out into the hands of a Denver Broncos. Bro, he just took a shot. I hope he's okay. Like he took a
He
smack.
walked off, but he just got blasted.
Oh, he got stripped before the shot. That's a terrible hit to the chest, man. He got smacked. Hashtag.
Dude, that looked
smacked.
worse than it ended up being, but that's still
Yeah,
a big hit.
kind of like right here, man, like the upper chest. He's
But I think
disappointed
Kevin
in me,
O'Connell
but-
got a little cute with that play call there, honestly.
I mean, yeah, that's what happens on
Denver's
prime
got
time.
the short field after the turnover. Wilson's in the gun. Here comes the blitz. He passes out. He's going to hit Judy for about 6 or 7 there on first down.
I mean, Russell Wilson looks fine to me. He said he passed out. God, that hurts me, man. That hurts me.
Yeah.
What's up, Chablis?
Chablis. Big hits, man. Big hits. All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Wilson's back to pass. He's going to drop it down to his outlet. He's going to get the first down, and that's McLaughlin, I think.
That is McLaughlin.
Man, I still can't get over that hit.
I'm feeling it, honestly.
I can't shake it, man. I just keep seeing it right now. Denver really needs a touchdown on a short field, honestly, to really set the tone. There's the handoff, and that's going to be to Javonte Williams on his first carry. He's going to get about 2.
Oh, Josh Dobbs is in the blue tent now. I told you, man, that looked like it hurt. He ran off there to show how tough he really is, but I know that hurt.
They probably asked him where he was. He probably thought he was still in Phoenix. 2nd down and 8. Wilson's back to pass. Here comes pressure. He's going to get sacked. Back at the 23. Nowhere to go. This Viking defense looks like they're going to try to make up for the turnover. Danielle Hunter with the pressure.
Danielle Hunter has got to be like in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. I know that their defense hasn't been solid all season, but he has.
Yeah, and they trade away a lot of their good pieces.
Like even in the beginning couple games, their defense was horrible, but he still shined. Like he's got to be at least in the conversation.
3rd and 15. Wilson's back to pass. They drop 8 into coverage. He hits his check down, and that's going to be nowhere near enough. That's Samaje Perine, who gets his helmet yanked off, and they're going to have to settle for 3.
Well, he's out of the tent. He's got an iPad. I think he's all right.
He had to go check that Instagram.
Did you get your head hit today?
What's that?
You're just saying things.
I don't know.
What's up, puppet?
Nice job today, Cleveland. Eked one out at home.
I was rooting for you guys. I watched that whole game. No
And
matter
the field
how
goal
long
was good, so Denver will get 3 points off the turnover.
Watched almost every single minute of it. It was a long game, dude.
What's up, puppet?
Wasn't bad, though. Wasn't bad. I don't think Kenny Pickett's very good, but it wasn't a bad game, I guess.
It's hard to score points in Cleveland.
It's hard to score points if you're Kenny Pickett.
Fair.
Literally, that team is carrying him. Like, and we can blame the offensive line, but the run game is still doing stuff. So if you have a run game, you can't blame your offensive line. If they're able to generate anything.
I'm glad I didn't get a chance to actually watch that game today because it was very low scoring. But I mean,
it was a tough game. It was a true definition of a grinded out game. But I just have no faith in Kenny Pickett, man. This is not me being a Steelers hater. Like, that team is getting better every day, but he's not. Everyone else is getting better each week. You know how Peyton Manning won that Super Bowl with the Broncos, and they kind of just drug him through the playoffs? That's what watching Kenny Pickett is like, except for Kenny Pickett's not Peyton Manning, so it's not okay. I'm about to upload videos of the Browns players coming out of the tunnel. Yeah, I watched a lot of that pregame too, because that's the only game that we could watch around here. Well, my sports book at the casino I work at had all the games up, but I just didn't feel like it's a long walk for me out there. So I didn't bother for the most part, even checking it out, but it's just I just don't want to watch Kenny Pickett play football anymore. Like, if the Steelers are going to be that good enough to win as many games as they have, I wish they would at least give you something to give you a reason to actually watch it.
Yeah, that's a great coaching job, honestly, to win as many as they have. They've not given away games, so on and so forth. But, you're right. They need a little bit more out of that quarterback position to win a Super Bowl for sure.
Like, yeah, they could probably get there, but there ain't no way they're winning it. Like, they could probably win a playoff game. All right, kickoff is up, and it will be a touchback.
All things considered, that was pretty much I don't want to say a choke job, but that Denver really needed to convert a touchdown out of that.
They had momentum, and although they still have momentum, a long sustained drive from Minnesota here kills all of that.
Yeah, they had a chance to really take charge. And
now, if Minnesota goes 3-and-out here, it's a different story.
For real.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. They're going to hand it off to Madison. He's trying to get to the left side, and he does. He's going to get a first down and more out of bounds near the 40. About a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, Leo, I wish I could get paid to watch football. That'd be awesome. I wish that could be a real job.
I'm glad that Madison's bounced forward this season because he was getting a lot of slander at the beginning of the year. It was really bad. Like, the coaches had to address the fans because it was getting so bad. He was getting death threats and stuff. 1st and 10. Madison's going to spin out of it, and he'll get about a yard or two, but it was really bad. And so, I'm glad he's kind of not let that get him down. And although he's dealt with an injury or two, he's still putting up, his best leg forward every week. And I kind of appreciate that out of him. He's filling big footsteps in Minnesota. 2nd and 9. Dobbs has time. He's going to check it down over the middle. And that's going to be Oliver again, who's going to pick up the first down.
Looking good in the middle of the field.
It's nice having a big tight end that you
can just and that's the thing.
Balls to.
Josh Dobbs is a fad right now, and he's a smart quarterback. He's not going to go out and dominate a game, but that's the defense should be trying to take over the middle of the field, and right now they're leaving it wide open for him to just make completions. Let him get in rhythm. He can be tough to beat.
I'd like to see a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown, just because I like the guy. All right, 1st and 10, just inside Denver territory. Play action again. Dobbs going to fire to the outside to KJ Osborne. And he's going to pick up a good couple yards there. It'll be 2nd down and manageable. 2nd and maybe 3. We got 8 minutes left in the 1st quarter.
The only thing out of this game I'd like to see today is a Javonte Williams touchdown. That's about it.
Well,
or Samaje Perine.
I was going to say, you just have Javonte Williams on your fantasy team.
Yeah, I know. That's my only real interest in this game, honestly.
I have no one left to play, so.
I got destroyed this week, so.
2nd and 3, handoff to Madison. He's going to make a good cut, and get up the middle for a first down. He kind of just weaved his way through traffic right there. And there is our first bit of laundry of the day. That's probably going to be a hold. It was thrown near the line of scrimmage. And that run will come back. And they're going to lose 10 on that one. It was holding on the tight end. That's what makes it even worse. Like, if it's a hold on the offensive lineman, okay, it happens quite a bit. But when it's your positional players doing that, it's just disappointing.
He just grabs and holds on.
Yeah, it was the fact that he kind of went down with it. What's up, Sam? I agree. Let's go Vikings. 2nd and 13. Dobbs has time. Now he's going to roll out of the pocket. He's looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to pick up a couple yards to make this 3rd down a little bit shorter after the 2nd and 13. It'll be about 3rd and 8 now.
You know, the other thing I like about this matchup is I love Kevin O'Connell's press conferences about Josh Dobbs, really picking him up and, building his confidence within the organization and giving him some expectations. I do like that.
He's averaging 10.8 yards per scramble attempt. That's crazy. Running backs don't even do that. All right, 3rd and 8. Dobbs got time. He takes a hit as he throws, and it's nearly picked off. Dangerous throw. And it's going to be 4th down.
Man, that was right into the middle.
I'm sorry that I can't ride Denver like you do. And I'm sorry that you hate Minnesota the way that you do also.
And that's fandom, man. Packers fans hate Vikings.
Well, Chiefs fans hate Broncos, so.
See?
They're my number 1 hated team in the division right now. It goes back and forth between them and the Raiders. But I just can't hate the Raiders right now. And the Chargers never bother me. They have never bothered me. It's that damn fantasy football. 4th and 8. Punt is up. A little bit of wrestling around, and it's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. He had so much time and still almost threw a pick. Yeah, that pocket collapsed, and he couldn't even get out of it. So he basically either takes a sack or makes his best shot, and his best shot was almost a bad one. Oh, I guess it's Justin Simmons' birthday. They just did a little birthday tribute for him right there. I think it said he was 30. That's kind of crazy. Dude had a game last week against the Bills. He's had a pretty good season. I feel like it's been, quietly good, too. Like, no one's talking about it. Just because they had such a slump start. But, like I said, so did the Vikings. But, what's his name? Danielle Hunter's having, a career year as well. So...
Yeah, I really didn't have no hope for this Viking defense when they traded away their pieces, preseason, and then they let go of Dalvin Cook. They really made some structural changes on how they were going to be organized. And man, Brian Flores at this point's got these guys playing pretty good.
I forget until you say it every week that Brian Flores is there. I literally forget every time. And then you mention it, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
I think it's real important because he's a very good DC. He's kind of blackballed in the NFL from head coaching for a while, but I really think he's awesome. I think he's good.
Oh, so he is going to sign with the Browns? Because they said yesterday he wasn't, but Cleveland's good at saying they're not going to sign someone and then the next day sign them, just like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, you never know about Cleveland.
Yeah, and now that DTR has a semi-okay game, they're going to sign him. When PJ Walker's right there, man.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but all day yesterday, it was all over Twitter that they weren't signing him. Like, this is the exact same thing they did with Deshaun Watson, which makes me feel like this Joe Flacco signing is a terrible idea because the Deshaun Watson decision was a terrible idea for them. Because of his contract, of course. If his contract wasn't the way it is, then it wouldn't be that bad, but now it feels like Joe Flacco is a terrible decision.
you just a stupid statement. But if Deshaun Watson never played another game of football again, how many years would it set the Browns organization back?
It's already gonna set the Browns
We know
organization
next
back
year.
here, whether he's here or not. 1st and 10, gonna hand it off to Williams, and he's gonna move the pile to about 5.
I think he's finally starting to be healthy, and I think that's part of the reason Denver's been a little bit better.
He's definitely a bright spot on that team for sure.
All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Short 5.
A short 5.
It's like 4.5.
4.5. And now they reset again with 8 on the play clock. Really keep changing it up. There's the snap. Wilson's back to pass. He's going to dump it down to Williams, who's going to get about 2 or 3.
I'd say about 3. But it's hard to tell because I said that it was 5 yards to gain, but it wasn't really 5 yards. It was almost 5 yards.
Yeah, they've already. You can see that they've put enough pressure on Wilson so far today. He's already looking to his check down pretty quick.
That's true. That is true, Dave.
Wilson's back. He pump fakes, looking, nothing. Fires downfield, and he throws a rocket, and it goes through the hands of Cortland Sutton out of bounds. Yeah, what's bad for Cleveland, Dave, is that me and Alex were discussing it, and we were looking at it. This was their year to really, not be in salary cap hell. Last year and this year was the 2 good years of his contract. Of course, last year with the suspension, it really kind of crapped that out. But this year was their year to win with him, and now he's injured, and that really sets them back next year.
Yeah, I think Brissett kept them in it though last season. It just took Watson too long to adjust, in my opinion. Powell's going to return the punt for about 10 or 12 yards, and Minnesota's going to take over at their own 35. My sports betting picks. Well, I thought the Seahawks were going to win today, so I stopped betting after they lost. Because I parlayed the Vikings, Seahawks, and Chiefs together. Because it was like plus 600 or something, 630. The Chiefs were the only one favored out of those 3, which is kind of crazy to me. But I guess they're 2 away teams, so it makes sense. I don't have any bets for this game, and I'm not touching tomorrow's game. Like I will put a parlay in like that. I might put like $20 on the Eagles just in case the Chiefs lose, so it don't hurt so bad. But I'm not touching tomorrow's game. We can revisit sports betting in the NFL on Thursday. But that's probably the extent. I will probably put money on the Eagles as long as they're still favored. Or, like, say if the Chiefs get the ball first and they actually go down the field and score a touchdown, that'll make the odds even better to bet on the Eagles to win. I might wait and see if that happens. That's how I made money when we lost to the Bengals. You remember that? It was like 21-3 or something like that. And I put like the last like $15 I had in my account, I put like 5 of it to go to overtime and 10 of it on the Bengals to win, and they both hit. So I won like $300 that night. I was pretty sad, but you know, $300 makes you a little bit less sad.
Yeah, it takes away some of the sadness for sure.
That's what I tell everybody. I was telling this guy at work today, he was like, "You gonna put all your money on the Chiefs?" And I was like, "No, I ain't stupid." But I feel like it's a curse. Like, it's just a sports better paranoia, honestly. But I said, I will put money on the Eagles. And he was like, "That's crazy." And I was like, it's a win-win. It's literally a win-win because you either lose your money, which you would have lost if the other team won and you bet on your team, or your team wins.
Yeah, I gotta say that so far this season, not putting any extra money in my sports betting accounts, I don't know how I feel. I feel like I'm missing out a little bit, but I'm not losing any money
I've
either.
won some good stuff this year. I've also lost quite a bit. I'm still getting the hang of that Underdog Fantasy app. I'm still up on that app, so I'm not losing yet. 1st and 10, gonna fake the handoff. He's gonna step up, hit as he throws, and he gets it to Madison. Actually, that's not Madison, that's Chandler, and he's gonna pick up 9 yards on that play.
Man, that's a pretty good
I
throw.
didn't even think that
considering he was
ball was
getting
gonna
hit.
get to him. I didn't think that ball was getting to him. I thought he was
Strong
gonna land
arm
on
because
his
he was
feet.
backpedaling.
I do have a lot of futures out there. I put another bet early, I think after week 1, on the Chiefs and Eagles to represent the Super Bowl again because the odds were stupid high because the Chiefs lost in week 1. 2nd and inches, handed off to Chandler again, and he's going to pick up 5 yards, 6 yards. But I also put money on other teams to at least make the Super Bowl. I did put money on the Bills in week 1, the Bills to miss the playoffs. So that one's still out there. It's not going to happen, but I put a $5 free bet a few weeks ago. It was a free bet, so I don't care where it goes. On the Jets to win the division. 1st and 10, going to hand off to Chandler. He's got room to run, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards on the ground. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't watch that much Vikings football, honestly. But yeah, I put in a lot of random. I think I put money at the beginning of the year for the Dolphins to make the Super Bowl. See, the best part about that is I spent X amount of money, but if one of any of those future picks hit, it pays for all of those bets and then some. So it's not wasted money. 2nd and 3, here to give it to Chandler once again. And he's going to pick up another big chunk.
He took a heck of a shot behind the line and pushed forward. I thought he got hit, but no, he just waited. Good patience.
He just waited behind the O lineman.
I thought he got stood up from the first angle.
I didn't put any money on any coaches getting fired. But if I would have at the beginning of the season, it was going to be Brandon Staley because I thought he should have been last year. That's the only one I would have. 1st and 10, going to hand it off to Madison. This time he's only going to get about 2 or 3 on the ground. But they're moving the ball on the ground, and that's exactly what you touched on before this game came on, that they needed to get a good run game going.
Yeah, you just can't keep counting on Dobbs to win in the air. You've got to be able to balance it out.
To be fair, Dobbs has been winning with his own legs. Let's be honest.
Good decision making, for sure.
All right, 2nd and 8. They're driving towards the red zone. Dobbs looking, fires to the outside, caught. He shakes a tackle. That's Powell, and he's going to come near the 1st down. I think he's going to have enough. And we've got 2 minutes left in the 1st quarter. I think Staley's next no matter what. Like, the way he lashed out at the media today, it just says, I know my job's almost, like, I'm about to be unemployed. Oh, he came down a little bit short of the 1st down. They gave it to him, but I think he was a little short.
I think they're going to.
Oh, no, they didn't give it to him. It's going to be 3rd and inches. They got Madison lined up in the
Big
backfield.
play.
And they're going to hand it off to him. He's going to get there, spin out of a tackle, still on his feet.
How
still going
poor
down
is
to the 20.
Denver's tackling?
And he's going to take it all the way down to the I don't know how he got to the 12. Oh, my God.
How poor is the tackling? Because they had him wrapped up at least 3 times, and he busted through every tackle. Ready? Missed 1 tackle. 2. Wrapped up 3. Couldn't get it. Oh.
5, 6 guys. It took 6 guys to bring him down. Broncos 70-point D is rearing its ugly head. But they're not getting absolutely torched in the secondary, though, so I can't say that yet. 1st and 10, Madison takes the direct snap. He's going to take it up the middle inside the 5. I'm going to need Robert Saleh to get fired this season. No freaking way, dude. He doesn't deserve to lose his job.
I mean, yeah, he's probably pretty secure.
Dude, Madison and Chandler are just having their way right now. 2nd and 2 inside the 5. They can still get a 1st down here. This might be the last play of the 1st quarter. He's going to hand it off to Madison. Madison will get about one of those 2. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. See, this is where it gets tricky. Like, you can try to get the 1st down, but it's a lot harder to get the 1st down than I think they should run a toss to the outside.
I love play action in this play and a rollout. You saw I saw Josh Allen do it tonight, where they got him out of the pocket, on the short play near the end, and it got him a touchdown. I think it's a great call.
It is, but I also feel like it's hard to not. Saleh didn't injure Rodgers. The Swiss cheese offensive line that's been protecting Zach Wilson all season is what got Aaron Rodgers hurt. But I still think maybe a toss to the outside or a jet sweep here. I like a jet sweep with, like, Powell. Oh, yeah, Devin Singletary has been fantastic for the Texans with Dameon Pierce being injured.
That's why you have 2 solid backs. I think that's important for everybody.
Yeah, but, like, 2 backs that can be your number 1 if you need them to is impressive. Like, the Chiefs, I don't feel like have that. Like, Isaiah Pacheco's number 1. Clyde is a solid 2 or 3, and Jet McKinnon is the equivalent to a gadget receiver.
Oh, yeah, he's for sure.
See, like, we don't have a dominant second running back. Maybe in the pass game, but not in the run game.
Yeah, Bills could have used him, that's for sure.
Speaking of Robert Saleh, I like a jet sweep here. No, I think a jet sweep is a good play call here with that little Powell guy. He's very quick. And I think it's a good call here. Who knows what Kevin O'Connell's going to dial up right here, or if he's going to let Josh Dobbs make that decision. Clyde is a bum unless he's number 3. Then he can be the guy you need him to be. But if, say, Pacheco got hurt and he had to be number 1, he turns back into a bum. He's not a solid 1 guy. And nowadays, you need that. You have to have a solid 1 guy.
Oh, yeah. We've been talking about this throughout the season, that drafting 2 top running backs in your backfield has been one of the biggest areas of importance for some teams this year. Detroit has
Montgomery
2 top
and Gibbs.
backs. It's been very helpful. Here you go.
All right, here we are, 3rd and 1. They might do a sneak, honestly.
Play action.
Nope, play action.
Yes, it's rollout is my call. Throw it, Josh.
And he's got time. He finally fires, and he hits the tight end. He ducks a tackle and then hits the tight end. That was not the play design at all. That was supposed to go to Madison, but it didn't work out. He finds a way to buy some time.
If he would have went down there, watch this. If he would have went down there, I bet you it would have been a horse collar tackle. Oh,
No.
maybe not.
He just got his shoulder a little bit. Dude, the way he just stood there, like, he just stood there and thought about it and then threw it. Josh Dobbs is him. All right, extra point kick is up, and it is good. The Vikings take the lead 7-3 in the second quarter.
Yeah, so minus that turnover, Minnesota has totally dominated this game so far.
On both sides of the ball. What can they maintain for 4 quarters?
You don't really think about it, in the first quarter, a first play turnover. But how big is that for them holding them to a field goal? Because now they got a lead. Now they put pressure on the other team that hasn't done anything except for kick a field goal.
I think it's big. I mean, I think it's big anytime you get in this situation, no matter how you get to this situation. Having 4 more points going into the second quarter is next time you get the ball, if you get a stop and you get the ball again, you have a chance to extend that, right?
Yeah.
And once you get past that 1 score to the next 2 score category, things get different. He stood there like it's Denver's D. They'll find a way to miss me. He literally ducked him and then just stood there and thought about it.
And then waited until the rush came and opened up a receiver.
All right, kickoff is up, and it will be a touchback for the Broncos. That's so funny, man. He just, whoop. Waiting. No, I don't like that. Waiting. The fact that he had time, that no one else was able to at least put their hands up in his face. Shout out to Josh Dobbs.
Brian Flores.
Shout out to Josh Dobbs, man. Patience is not an issue for him.
All right, Denver needs to answer. Wilson's in the gun. He looks, he fires, he completes it to Sutton. About 3.
If he would have thrown that like a little bit higher, he'd probably been able to get a couple yards on it. But he threw a laser to his knees. Like, it was a laser.
Throughout Russ's career, the only way when he's really effective is when he doesn't stick strictly in the pocket. He moves a step or two. I think that's more because of his height, but that's when he's good too, is when he moves around a little bit.
He was.
Oh, wow. They got 5 on that. There's the pitch. And Javonte Williams is going to get about 2, maybe.
Yeah, he was here. But until Denver takes the lead, we won't hear anything from him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I like Denver in this game, but I can't help but root for Minnesota.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like Denver in this game. Even though they were favored, that's just more opportunity for me to bet against them.
There's the snap, 3rd and 3, back to pass. There's pressure. Wilson steps out, runs to the right, and he throws it away at the last second. He might have been down.
Yeah,
man, it looked like
he might have been down.
Really close.
He threw it falling either way.
Let's watch. How close was it? He's down.
Oh, he was down. He was down. That's a sack.
Told you. I saw it.
I think they still marked it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to challenge it. They're getting the ball either way. It should have been a sack.
Kickoff or punt is up. He's going to return it to about the 28, 29. His knee was down, but I don't think they credited that sack.
No, they didn't.
Which it wasn't going to matter in the long run. They were going to have to punt either way, but for that defender, I'd be upset about it.
Honestly, How cool of a job would it be to be a review technician for the NFL?
It wouldn't. So many people would hate you, man.
They would never see you. They don't know your name.
Yeah, but then what do you mean by review technician?
One of the people in New York that's going through the game looking and helping out for instant replay.
The ones that tell the refs? Nah, they'd still hate you, man. They might not know who you were. They got away with the non-sack. It was definitely a sack.
Will they, Dave? Do they go back and do that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. If they do, I've never seen that happen. But that was definitely a sack. They even slowed it down on the replay so we could all see it together.
But see, look, I mean, and not being braggart or anything. I thought he was sad. I thought he was down when he threw the ball. You would have thought that somebody else saw it and would have said something. You would just think that would be part of the process.
The defender that made the tackle probably couldn't tell. Like, honestly, I don't think he'd be able to tell because he was falling. He lunged to try to catch his ankles. I
mean, that's tough sometimes for an on-field official, but they change tackles and sacks all the time. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. That's what I'm saying, Crafty. It's just their offense is bad. Like, they got a good team, man, but their offense is bad. I think things were okay until after the third quarter in that game, Panther. Like, it wasn't, like, out of hand or anything until the fourth quarter. It was a one-score game up until that point. 17-10. That's a bunch of turkeys. It's a bunch of white turkeys. I've never seen that many, like, I've only seen, like, one or two, like, white turkeys in my life. I just saw, like, 20 of them. Aren't most turkeys, like, a tannish brown color?
I mean,
maybe even reddish?
Dark-colored turkeys, yes.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 29. They're going to hand it off to Chandler. And he's going to get a little bit here, not much on the ground. So, yeah, Joe Flacco signing with the Browns. Yeah, they're going to be a mistake or a blessing.
Yeah, so just going back to what I think is the way I would call defense here, they're going to try to stack the box now and make him throw the ball. They're going to do everything they can to stop the run. That's going to be the adjustment that Denver makes. How he responds is going to be huge for the way the rest of this game goes.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I feel like this drive is really important for the rest of the game. Like this.
Yeah, they got 7 in the box right now.
2nd and 8. Pressure's coming. He's going to fire. It's caught by Powell. He's got room to run up the middle, and he's crossing the 50. A huge gain. That's the guy I wanted them to run the jet sweep with.
Yeah, he's fast. Powell is super fast. And Dobbs recognizes the extra men on the line. He sees them coming and then hits his quick out right there. Bam. That's the play.
That dude's got the speed to, like, create separation as soon as he gets to the ball, too.
So now they have to back off again, and now they can run the ball. Well, they may not run it this time.
That went for a gain of 22. They're going to hand it off to Chandler again. This time he's going to pick up 6.
This Denver defense right now has nothing for these guys.
I mean, both sides of the ball for Denver right now. I told you that last drive, they went 3 and out. That was the momentum killer right there. 2nd and 4, hand it off to Chandler. He's going to pick up 2. He gets pushed forward for that 2nd yard.
Yeah, just look at the confidence building in this offense right now. They can run it at will. They can pass it. They can do whatever they want, so they don't feel threatened at all. It's just like practice.
I found it a little interesting, though, that Justin Jefferson could have played today but chose not to come off of IR.
Was it his choice?
I mean, he was allowed to. He was allowed to.
He has to activate him.
Yeah, but if he says he's still hurt. All right, 3rd and 2. Dobbs looking to throw. Steps up, pressure's coming. He's going to fling it down the sideline. He's got a wide open T.J. Hawkinson down at the 10.
How does that ball even come down in any normal secondary? He floated it.
How does people not defend wide open tight ends ever?
Streaking down the field. Watch it. Let's see. They got 2 deep safeties.
He stood there.
Oh, he fell down.
Yeah, he did fall.
The safety from the other side of the field had to make the tackle.
How did he make that throw, man? All right, so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings. They're going to fake the handoff, chuck it down to Chandler, and he's going to get inside the 5. 2nd down and goal. Dude, that was a scary screen. That could have went terribly wrong if he didn't get his hands on it properly. Like, that made me anxious that was about to be a turnover. And then the shot he took at the 5. That was a messy 1st down play. I mean, it was effective. Don't get me wrong, but it could have been disastrous. 2nd and goal now at the 3. And he hands it off to Madison. Madison has nowhere to go, and he's going to lose a yard or 2 at the 5. Yeah, you figured that was coming. Why Browns didn't sign Nick Foles? I don't know why people hate Nick Foles so much. Probably because he's
still on Indianapolis' roster.
I have no idea.
I thought he was.
I'll look it up. No, I almost X'd out of the stream. Nick Foles. I guess he is.
I thought so.
3rd and goal. Dobbs is in trouble, and he's going to get sacked back at the 19. And Denver's defense finally gets a stop. I don't know. Nick Foles is just meant to be a 3rd-string quarterback for the rest of his career for whatever reason.
I really don't understand that. The guy's a winner. Well, they finally got Denver's defense to wake up a little bit.
I mean, the 1st down play was good. I didn't like the 2nd down play. I like the idea of running it, but I didn't like how they did it. Kick is up, the 34-yard attempt, and it is good. Minnesota extends their lead 10-3. I just feel like the outside run, like you could see the box stacked. It just flip it to the outside. It's not that easy for all them guys up on top of each other to get to the outside. Especially if you hesitate for a second. You hold it and then flip it.
Yeah, let everybody cross the line and then flip the sweep.
Yeah, because it's so hard to get back to the outside at that point. This game's kind of flying along. We've only got 8 minutes left in the 1st half. Come on. I'm trying to update this. There we go. It's taking forever. Wiki says Foles is a free agent. I was looking at his ESPN thing. Maybe it did say that. Oh, wait. The Colts released him maybe 6 months ago is what it says.
Wow.
News. There we go. Yeah, the first line of his wiki says he's a free agent. Yeah, I don't see anything else about him. Foles was terrible last year, but the Colts were just terrible last year. Like, honestly. Dobbs versus Minshew Super Bowl. I want to see Jared Goff versus CJ Stroud Super Bowl.
That would be an awesome game to see.
That's my backup wishes if the Chiefs aren't there. It's like Lions and Texans. Or if the Browns can get there with like Dorian Thompson-Robinson at the helm. Like one of these teams that have lost their starter. Kickoff is up, and it will be a touchback for Denver.
I just want to watch. I just want to see if the Bengals can beat anybody without Joe Burrow.
I bet they win next week against Pittsburgh.
I hope so, but
Bengals fans have no faith in that, but I feel like they're going to. Dude, Denver's offense is so bad, and Cincinnati's defense is respectably good. Like, all they have to do is score 13 points, probably. Will the stadium crumble for all the awesomeness within it? Yes.
Wilson's back to pass, looking downfield. He's going to let it go. And that's caught Jerry Jeudy out near the 43.
It's about time he took a shot down the field.
And that's the way for Denver to get in this game, is to get something more than 20 yards and then work back.
Well, they won't target Jeudy if it's less than 10 yards, period.
I would do everything I could to get that guy in rhythm. He's so good.
Yeah, but like it's 15 plus yards almost every time he is targeted. So therefore push the ball down the field. But we saw last week that he didn't push the ball at all until the end.
And there goes Williams up the middle. And Minnesota's run defense has been pretty good. They are slowing down the run pretty effectively. They only get 2 yards on first down there.
That's been one of their bright spots.
Man.
Honestly, like on the defensive side.
Pretty impressed so far with their defense.
It's the secondary that has let them down in the times that they have been let down this season.
All right, 2nd down 7. Wilson's back in the gun. Looking to throw. Here comes pressure. He's going to let it go down the sideline deep. He's got it open to Cortland Sutton, who makes the grab.
That's what I'm saying. Get those guys going.
And that's what I don't understand. If you've got receivers that good, just throw that ball up. Let him try to make a play. Let's make sure he catches it. Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a catch. Even though he landed on his stomach like that, it felt like a catch.
That gave us a great angle to see. So, yeah, just look, 20, 30, 25, 30 yards downfield. He beats the corner by a half a step. The safety doesn't get over in time. You got good receivers. That's what they should be doing.
All right, back.
They're going to go hand it off to Williams, who's going to push through the hole, and he's going to break a tackle, but he's not going to go very far. And that Viking with the yellow gloves and yellow cleats makes me think that there's laundry on the field every time I see him. All right, 2nd down and 6. Wilson's got 2 running backs, 1 on each side, 2 wide receivers to the right, back to pass in the gun. Looking down the field, he's going to check it down to McLaughlin, who has nowhere to go. Blackman read that play straight out of the huddle. Huge 3rd down, as Denver really needs to put one in the end zone here. Tie this game up. I don't think anybody's going to pick up Kaepernick, Renault. Third and 7, back to pass, looking. Here comes pressure. He has time, drops it off. It's complete to Jeudy, who comes back for the ball, but it's going to be 4th and 2 here. And Denver's got a decision to make. Will they take the points or will they go for it here on 4th down? What y'all think? Take the points? I know I probably take the points. I don't want to get a big 0. I don't think so, Renault. I don't think he's too old. I still think he's blackballed. Sports Cat, kick is up and it's good. Denver cuts into the lead. Sports Cat, I'm definitely interested in doing the Ohio State Michigan game for reals. But anybody that's if I go through that game, I need mods, because if anybody comes in here like they did the last time, I am not going to have the patience to shut it down. But it would be an absolute blast just to see. You know, fundamental. I didn't get a chance to watch the game yet. I got it downloaded.
Did they score?
They took 3 points.
They were moving the ball so well.
If I do it, I'll put it up early, Leo. I just don't like, and Alex has talked about it before, but when we did those games before, it was violent in here. It was pretty rough.
Bro, I stay so far away from that.
But
I can't even come in here. I can't even come in here to support you because I just can't deal with it. Like, I like to try to be active in the chat if I'm in a stream that's just you, but I can't. It's horrible.
I'm going to watch the game tonight after this is over, maybe tomorrow. But, I felt like they were totally outmatched today, fundamental. So the good part of today's game so far was Renew playing very well. The foul trouble bothered me at the guard position. Xavier Johnson, I know he's tender on that ankle, played today. So I think that probably hindered him a little bit, and it changed the game plan. But it's still the same thing. You got to on-ball defending, and 3-point shooting 3-point defense has got to get better, and rebounding has got to improve. Those are steps that they have to take to win Big Ten games. I'm not so worried about losing to Connecticut today, but the first half was fairly competitive. The second half we got blown out.
Yeah, I watched a lot of the first half, and I watched the first half of the second half, and that wasn't as bad, but I didn't see the second half of the second half, and it got ugly.
Yeah, the foul trouble.
I didn't see it. I saw Renew get fouled out.
Yeah, he's really coming along. And Dave, Tamar Bates looks so much better in a Missouri uniform than he did playing for IU. I watched him play Minnesota the other day. Kid's going to be all right there.
Kickoff is up, and it will be a touchback.
Is there a second game in this series? Do they play like Texas or Louisville or somebody like that, fundamental, tomorrow night?
I know Louisville played against Texas today.
Yeah, I think Indiana plays the loser of that game. I haven't even seen that yet. I know that there's another game. And the other thing is, I'm ever the optimist about. I always try to find the good and the bad in everything. So I felt like they needed to play some competition, get their butts whipped to kind of get them going.
1st and 10. They're gonna start off on the ground, hand it off to Madison. He's gonna get swallowed up after about 2 or about maybe 3. I don't know why the play clock's in the middle of the screen, but
I did get to watch that game, Dave, and Missouri did look pretty good in that game.
So they're going to give him 2 there. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. We have 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter, or first half.
Oh, fumble.
And he fumbles the snap, and I think he falls on it. That is a butt fumble.
You know, there's a lot of youth on that team fundamental, and that a lot of that really goes down to Galloway and Johnson really providing that oomph, right? They need them guys to step up for that role. I'm looking forward to seeing Johnson be chippy again.
All right, 3rd and 9. Play clock's winding down. He's trying to get the ball off. He does just in time. He's looking downfield, steps up, fires down the field, and it's caught for a first down at the 40.
Big.
That's Addison. There's a flag on the play. It was going to be illegal contact on the defense. They'll decline that. And that stops the clock at 2:42. Both teams have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. That catch is going to go for 17 yards and a first down to the rookie Addison, who's had a pretty good year, honestly.
Oh, there's a penalty right there.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 43.
Oh,
Play action is in trouble, and he hits Hawkinson for another first down and about 14 yards. There's another penalty, though.
Yeah, Leo, Denver saying it's a laundry.
I don't have the energy. Oh, they're going to hit him with the ineligible man downfield.
Did you see that in the Jets game?
He got it out so fast.
Did you see that in the Jets game earlier today? They called it in from upstairs and took back a flag. Instant replay did.
Yeah, because he wasn't downfield, or the ball was already thrown when he went downfield.
It was something about it being a screen pass.
Yeah, and it being a screen pass, but the ball was out before he crossed the line. That's why they reversed it. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now at the 38. Last play before the 2-minute warning. Fires over the middle. Caught by Hawkinson down at the 49. And we're at the 2-minute warning. It's going to be 2nd down. And they'll be at midfield. We get another commercial break. Well, it's been a pretty good game.
Definitely. It's definitely been tight.
Well, it seems like, I pretty much hit it on the head when I said these defenses are good enough to challenge both of these offenses. And so basically every yard either of these teams gain, they've had to fight for. I know that Minnesota had the ground game working with them pretty well in that one drive, but, other than that one drive, they're still fighting for every other yard.
That's what I love about football is watching these coaches make in-game adjustments and take away stuff from the other team, make them beat them a different way. That's why I love the game of football so much.
I agree. I like it because, first of all, anybody can win any game. Doesn't matter, if there's a superior team, but I hated Tank Dell too. His connection with freaking Stroud.
Yeah, Tank Dell in the draft was one of the guys that we talked about, and he didn't seem to have that type of energy in college that he has now. He's that big momentum guy. Such an asset on that team.
I agree. Just watching the connection between those two, it's not even rookie of the year anymore. They're trying to battle for MVP and offensive player of the year. That's what they're trying to do right now. And I respect it.
Hey, you know what? I didn't get a chance to watch a lot, but Kyler Murray looks like he's playing better. I
got to watch D'Amico Ryan's interview before the 1:00 game kicked off today, and listening to that guy talk about that team right now, it's just so. It's like a breath of fresh air listening to him talk. Honestly, And he was like giddy. He just kept saying how happy the team makes where the team is makes him like right now. I know they were sitting at 5-4 before today, but he just kept gushing about that, and like, you know, it's fun watching all that play out right now in Houston. Second down and 4 at the 49, and they're gonna hand it off to Madison. Madison's gonna dive forward. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. They're going to let the clock run. Like I said, both teams have all their timeouts. I think they'll call a timeout if they get a first down here. I haven't played the new Call of Duty, so I don't know if that's true or not. But everyone says every Call of Duty sucks, so I just expect that.
Big play.
3rd and 1. I thought they were going to hand it off again. Dobbs looking. He's going to check it down, but he can't hold on to it. And it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. I think they should go for this.
Miss here is bad, though. Denver could get a field goal pretty easy.
And Minnesota would still have the lead if they got a field goal. The Dobbs guy from North Carolina? Wait, who is that? Oh, they're going to punt. The recommendation was to go for it. So I thought they should have went for it too. And that's going to bounce into the end zone. Denver's going to have 1:11 with 3 timeouts from their own 20. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about, Dave. Drake
yeah, I was doing that. He's going to be a pretty high draft pick. The other wide receiver in the draft in 23. I can't put a name to that.
Oh, Romeo from that went to Green Bay? Romeo Dobbs? That's the only wide receiver I know. But that was the 2022 draft.
Josh Downs?
Downs from, yeah, the Colts guy. He's had a pretty good year too.
I think he means Josh Downs. Okay, I'm wrong. Give me a name. Romeo Dobbs. Oh.
Wide receiver in 2023 draft.
I think it's Josh Downs.
Downs is the closest one. I'm looking at all the wide receivers. Clinton Johnson and Jigba, Jalen Hyatt, Addison. Oh, so he did mean Josh Downs. Yeah, I was like, I am not seeing anybody else, but
yeah, I don't think you're too far off. Honestly, I feel like, Brandon Staley might get fired before the end of this season.
I think Brandon Staley gets fired the next time the Chargers lose a football game. If they make it to that point.
I'm really curious because
did you see his post game today?
The way things have been going.
Did you see his post game today?
Huh?
Did you see his post game today?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
He lashed out, like actually, at the people asking him questions. I think Frank Reich gets fired tomorrow or Tuesday. Do you really think that, or do you just want that?
Wilson's in the gun. He's back to pass, looking downfield. He fires. He's going to get completed. It's going to be 8 yards on first down, and they're going to try to hurry up. They get lined up. 56 seconds to go here. Wilson's got a play call. He looks, he snaps, he's back to pass again. And they hit him, the guy over the middle. That's a tight end, and that's going to get him out close to midfield. And I think Sean Payton used the timeout there. No? Yeah. Great timeout there by Payton to get his guys reset.
They played the Packers today. Packers. Packers. Just type it in because it's not coming up. Let's see. I got an ad. Nice. Does the home team interview the media? Like, do they do the media interviews?
Everybody has to go through media after a football game.
No, I said he lashed out at the people interviewing him, and he said the notoriously tough Green Bay media. Like, it was Green Bay media asking him questions?
I'm sure.
Wouldn't it just be regular reporters?
Green Bay media has access, so I'm going to say that they probably get in there and ask questions too.
Wouldn't they ask questions to Green Bay?
I think they'd probably do both.
I just thought post-game reporters were like referees. They just kind of go wherever.
Wilson's back. There comes a blitz. He gets it out. He completes it to the tight end who's going to get a first down, breaks the tackle, and Troutman gets a little bit further up ahead. And they are still rolling here with 35 seconds to go. They are about 5 to 7 yards from field goal range here.
Yeah, see, I think everyone has access. I thought so too.
Wilson's back to pass, looks, fires over the middle, and that's going to be Samaje Perine, and I bet you they take a timeout here, yes.
Might as well, because they're going to be able to take another shot or two.
I like it when the media asks tough questions.
I don't think they asked tough questions. I think he just got sensitive and lashed out.
I'll watch it. I got a lot of stuff to watch tomorrow for sure.
All right, it's going to be 2nd and 5 now. They got a couple plays.
They're going to try to get a first down here, and then they might take a shot to the end zone and then kick it. Wilson's back to pass. He's protected. He rolls out, throws it away, and that's going to get it down to 11 seconds. So he might get one or two. He might get one more play in here. Give me a fail, Mary. You owe me, USOB.
What? I mean, I don't think. I guess at 30 yards could still be a Hail Mary.
I mean, when you send everybody running to that end zone and they all pile up, I love that play. And Minnesota's going to take a timeout here. And honestly, I think that right now it's a fairly long field goal. So I think they're going to defend a little bit against the check down here too as well.
Where are they at? They're at the 34.
34.
I know another 5 yards would be nice.
Super helpful, yes.
I don't think it's necessary. I think they still can get there with the field goal where they're at, but I think another 5 yards makes it a little easier. Less stressful. All right, what do they do? 3rd down and 5.
Let's see it. 7 on the play clock. There's the snap. They only rushed 3. He's going to let it go for the end zone. He's got an open receiver. He overthrows it, and it's incomplete.
That's almost picked.
If he would have dropped that a little short instead of throwing that so deep, he had a good chance of connecting.
That was almost picked. They're lucky they're getting a field goal shot here.
Right there, there's where he's open, and then he throws it a little. See, if he threw it short, I think he had a better chance of him getting in the end zone with a little bit of yak.
Minnesota's going to try to ice the kicker.
I mean, that's fair in Denver.
I mean, you got 2 timeouts. You might as well. What do you have to lose?
I got 3 timeouts. I'm going to use them.
Okay, Nathaniel Hackett, but really, what do you have to lose in that situation? You might as well take a chance. I would have waited until he was already lined up and then called it. But it's not really icing the kicker if the kicker hasn't even stepped up to the plate yet.
Boy, that's such a big thing, when he gets up there is, if they do let him snap it when they call the timeout, I hate to see him get a practice kick because usually they miss it.
Either they get a practice kick and make the first time, miss the second.
Oh, it looks straight.
Kick is up. It was a little bit of a low kick, but it is good. We got a 1-point ball game.
Fun fact, Tommy DeVito has as many wins as Daniel Jones. Look, that game today, really, I really felt like Washington was going to win that game, but they have so much trouble against the Giants.
Fun fact, Tommy DeVito has more multiple touchdown games than Kenny Pickett does. That dude is dog doo-doo. I'm not even a hater. I like a lot of that Pittsburgh team. I don't like Pittsburgh, but I like a lot of that team. And Kenny Pickett is the one man, if I had a choice to take one man off to make that team better, he would be the first one. And that's including their average or below offensive line. I would take him first.
Yeah, for a guy that just wins games, and Pickett has just won games.
No, Pickett has not won games.
Well, sure he has. He's been the starting quarterback in games that Pittsburgh wins.
Wins are not a quarterback stat. Although people like to pretend they are.
I'm with you, Dave. I'm not a Steelers person at all.
No, dude, I hate that franchise. I hate that franchise. But you know what? That team's a pretty solid team, other than Kenny Pickett. Maybe his hands really are too small. I'd love to see a team hire Josh McDaniels as head coach, Ken Dorsey as OC. It would be comedy gold. No, give him like Josh McDaniels as head coach and Freddie Kitchens as OC. Like, let those two guys work together. Because that would be a total clown show.
Man.
Or vice versa. It doesn't matter who's head coach in that situation. It would be a clown show.
I think Ken Dorsey was a scapegoat, honestly.
I do too. And then they played so well on offense today. They're like, oh man, maybe it was his fault. And I'm like, maybe tell your quarterback not to throw it to the wrong team and you'd still be winning all of your games. You wouldn't lost to any games if you hadn't turned over the ball. Every game they've played has been lost due to turnovers. That's the only reason for the most part. Because the rest of their game, you take the turnovers out, and it was enough to win.
Poor decision making.
Ken Dorsey did not make Josh Allen have 14 turnovers this year.
I don't think he'll be on the sideline long. I think he'll have a job pretty quick.
I think so too.
He'll probably end up with Dable in New York, honestly.
Yeah, and Josh Allen too. Josh Allen will end up with Dable and Ken Dorsey in New York. I mean, he won't go that far from home, but
that
either Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs, one of the two are going to be there.
I've seen Buffalo play hero ball this year, and Josh Allen tried to make the hero play, and he had other things that were wide open. His decision-making did not constitute an OC change, I don't think.
Like I said, you take just the turnover plays out of those games and look at everything else, and they've played good football all season. What? Turnovers put their defense in terrible situations where they have given up a lot of points, which is not necessarily the defense's fault. If you turn the ball over in your own red zone, like, it's not the defense's fault. I do remember, I think that's happened more than once, where he shortly benched James Cook. But you know what? It's like you can compare this to other sports too, like basketball or even maybe baseball. Like, you go with the hot hand in a lot of situations, and if Latavius Murray is running better, he's going to get more snaps that game. If he's able to make more out of it.
The one thing I did see today in the play calling that's been different is that they effectively used the running back in the short passing game a lot better. I'll give them that.
They need to continue to use the running back in the running game, which has always been one of Buffalo's biggest problems in the Josh Allen era. Outside of Josh Allen just running it himself, they are afraid of running backs. I know this season has been a little bit better, but I don't know. Dude, I didn't even get to ask you about this, but how you feeling about your lock of the week, the Lions and Bears game?
Yeah,
dude, it was like 28-7, and I was like,
I thought it was over.
You said it was a lock.
Because I really had that feeling that Justin Fields would have a little rust coming back. I just did not think that would be his get right game, and then he came out there and played really well. But
I told you no. I mean, the Lions still won, so you still were correct. I also picked the Lions, but I said no way would I make that my lock. Like, I am dead serious, because they were very close to losing that game today.
All the safety.
Yeah, but that was after it was over. Basically.
Yeah, there you go. Jared Goff with the 3 turnovers. That's what can't happen.
Well, I knew about the turnovers because I was like, why does Jared Goff only have 2 fantasy points today when he's been the most consistent part of my team this season? And then I clicked on it, and it said, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And I was like, what the hell's going on over there? That's what I said, Crafty. He said, yeah, my lock of the week is Lions versus Bears. Lions win. And I was like, I don't feel good about saying that's a lock. Like, I don't trust that. I don't trust any divisional game, any divisional matchup ever. Except for maybe the Patriots versus the Jets. It just feels inevitable. Like, it doesn't matter if nobody scores until the final second of the game. It will be the Patriots. I don't know how. I don't know why. Both teams could score 40 or both teams could score 0 until the game is over, and then New England will score. Jared was a goof today. I won in fantasy though. As long as what's his name? Jarrett McKinnon doesn't have 40 points tomorrow, I'll have won my 3rd week in a row.
Oh, I'm gonna be behind you.
Nah, and I'll still be in last place with that #1 draft pick.
No, you beat me though.
Yeah, but you have like 5 wins. This will
I
be
don't
my
think I
3rd.
have 5. I think I've only got like 3.
I am 2-8 right now. You're like 5-5.
No way. I can't be 500. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way with Josh Allen and Travis Kelce and Javonte Williams and your stacked team that you can't be 500.
Wow. I am 5-5.
Yeah, I know. You just been playing the my team's so bad card all season when you have.
I just lost so many in a row. I've lost so many like back to back that I thought I just didn't feel like it.
What's up, mostly?
Mostly.
Yeah, I will have won my 3rd, which means I'm 3rd-8, and the guy in 11th place in front of me is gonna win this week. So therefore, I will have won 3 games in a row, and I still have the #1 overall pick in the draft, which is freaking awesome. I'm in the driver's seat. I can still win and still have at least one of the best draft picks this year. So I can finally draft a wide receiver. My running game is getting better. I still need a running back, but my running game is getting better. But guys like Marvin Harrison Jr. will be options this year.
Yeah, for real, I really need to score a good 1st-round draft pick this year. I've missed.
Dude, I've been in this league for like 3 or 4 years, and I've had like first, 2nd, and 1st overall last year. I've just had a shit team from the beginning because the guy who had my team before I inherited was a Browns fan who took Baker Mayfield and Kareem Hunt over drafting Nick Chubb. The most important guy on your team. And you decided to go with Baker Mayfield and Kareem Hunt when Nick Chubb was there. Browns fans are literally delusional. Like that, there's nothing else you could say about that. When you have they said when they created this league, Pete told me he had the 1st draft pick in the entire league when nobody had any players, and he took Baker Mayfield, and his 2nd draft pick, Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb was still there by the time he got to his 2nd one. Also, Nick Chubb.
I don't think I'm going quarterback, Dave.
Is there any quarterbacks other than Caleb Williams that are going to be in this draft?
Drake May.
I thought Drake May was a wide receiver we were talking about earlier.
He's the quarterback at North Carolina.
Oh.
He's pretty solid. There's other quarterbacks that are gonna be drafted this year. I like as a later quarterback that Travis kid from Florida State.
Oh yeah, he suffered a really bad injury though. Hang on.
Is that why they dropped in their ranking?
Hang on. I'll send you the clip because I just sent it to Sam yesterday.
Oh, I like Riley Leonard. I think he's a smart quarterback, but he's a lot like
You're talking about Jordan Travis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because even Jameis Winston came out and made a statement today because, same school. Okay, I literally just texted you. Click on that. You're blaming your fantasy sucks on another person? Yes, because I was not in this league when it started, and someone asked me to fill a spot because somebody quit. Somebody drafted Baker Mayfield #1 overall. It's not my fault this team sucks. I have to build it up from the bottom. I'm going up against, I score 80 to 90 points, sometimes less a week because that's my best team against people who are putting up almost 200 a week. That is not my fault. I don't want to hear it from a Broncos fan that telling me that I made a bad decision. because you're a Broncos fan. But I'm not going to shit on you because the Broncos aren't playing bad. Did you watch that video?
No. Where's it at?
I just said I texted you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go look. That's nasty. It kind of reminded me of Alex Smith, but maybe not quite as bad. It's still pretty bad. His leg goes the wrong way. Yeah. Yeah, it's nasty. Nasty.
Dude. I was wondering why they dropped in the ranking even though they won.
Yeah. I don't know anything about their backup. I don't really know that much about Denver is going to get the ball for the second half. We are getting ready for kickoff. Also, speaking of brutal injuries, this one's not like that, but in the Jets game today, that defensive player for the Jets who landed weird on his hand, I never saw what happened to him, but I saw a video of it. His bone was sticking through his glove in his hand. I think it was a safety, maybe. I wasn't as familiar with him, but yeah, there was a bone sticking out of his glove. So his hand's broken. If anybody wants to see that, I have the video on hand also. Ugh. I feel bad for these guys, man. I know it's part of it. You know, things happen, but your bones aren't supposed to come out of your skin.
All right, it's 1st and 10. He's going to hand it off. And Williams is going to get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard.
I thought the ball came out for a second, but I think I saw like someone's elbow.
Down?
I saw someone's elbow go down next to him. Yo, I saw that about him too, Leo. That sucks so bad. I love that guy. He reminds me of like baby Palomalu. And it's not just the hair. He plays like him too.
You know, the only other quarterback I know a lot about is Michael Penix Jr. out there in Washington. He's having a really good year.
Yeah, I just don't know that much about college sports, honestly.
They dropped the screen pass for the wide receiver. He's going to get out to the 20, the 30, 35, 40. He's going down the sideline. He gets in.
I think he stepped out.
There is a flag.
I think he stepped out at the first down mark.
He doesn't look happy, so it's coming back.
I thought he stepped out anyway. Yeah, that's Marvin Mims, dude. Houday Browns. What's going on in the North? Dude.
They're going to win a bunch of games, and they're going to be out in one playoff game.
I just want to see
playoffs.
They're going to
Thank you for spending all that money on Deshaun.
They're going to show the hold, but I want to see.
Wow, that was a.
They're not going to show it, but it was a good play.
Marvin Mims is fast,
bro. He's good. I like that kid.
Oh, and McLaughlin gets dumped behind the line of scrimmage on the screen, and Minnesota's defense is coming out firing on all cylinders.
Dude, it's gonna be like 3rd and 20. Oh, I just got cold in my house. It wasn't cold, but it is now.
Yeah, mostly. I don't have good answers right now. I'm still in shock over losing my quarterback.
Man, that does suck. Like, everyone at work was like, I bet you're happy. And I'm like, why would I be happy about that? Like, really?
20. Wilson's back to pass. He drops the check down. That's dumb. Samaje Perine going to get about 7 yards there, and they're going to have to punt.
Why won't they let Russell Wilson throw deep when he's supposed to? It's not like he doesn't have an arm.
You know, I think Sean Payton at that point is trying to protect him from a turnover.
God. Well, they're going to punt anyway.
You know what? I haven't gotten my thoughts together yet. Punt goes away clean. Was
It's like a
almost
free.
blocked, and
It's
it's
like
a
a
nice
free
one.
punt.
Oh, what a step! He sidestepped the tackle.
Dude, like if he gets a turnover, it's probably going to be from a deep ball. It's probably going to be better than this punt. Look,
Yeah,
and then,
I
I don't
really
want.
believe that Cleveland is going to win enough games to get into the wild card. They're not going to have good enough quarterback play to win at that point in time. Their defense is going to be wore out, and they're going to be one and done in the playoffs. And then next year, they're in salary cap hell.
But what if? Hear me out. Obviously, Cincinnati's the rest of their season is we don't know. Like there's an unknown. They could still shock everybody and win 5 games. Like no, listen, they still could. Any given Sunday, Ryan Finley beat the Steelers under Zach Taylor. If he can get that to happen, they can do just about anything, really, realistically. But because their defense is good. But hear me out. What if Baltimore doesn't win the North? Because they should have. I feel like they're one of those teams that are so good that could just actually collapse at any time. Because OBJ is probably going to be out for a couple weeks after that shoulder hit. Their injuries just pile at the wrong time. And they haven't been able to close 90% of their games the way they're supposed to.
In fair, Mark
Theoretically,
Andrews not being there is a big no target for the passing game. And OBJ is kind of a prima donna out there. Even though he's starting to make a few plays, he's still
but he makes a few plays and then he gets hurt. That's what he did at the beginning of the season. He made a few plays, then he missed a couple weeks, and then he made a few plays, and now he's going to miss a couple weeks again. And Andrews is going to be out. Keaton Mitchell's dealing with a lingering issue with an injury, and then you've got Gus Edwards going to stay healthy all season. They don't have Dobbins, right? Lamar got hurt this week. We don't know if that's going to carry over. Like, they have an injury problem. It's been there for a couple years. They're a team that could literally collapse at any time.
When you have teams that have chronic injury problems, the same type of injury,
wouldn't you fire somebody?
At what point do you start asking, are they practicing hard enough? Are they in shape? At what point do you start worrying about things like that?
Like 3 years ago.
Because it was all the same injuries,
Yeah.
and it just seems to be them that has that chronic problem.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 31. Dobbs is going to hand it off to Madison. He's got a lane, and he's going to belly flop forward for a first down. That was a nice run. He cut up the middle for 7 and then just literally jumped over everybody and kind of flopped his way to the ground for a first down. Hey, Robert, appreciate you. This is one of my favorite hoodies, honestly. I don't wear it enough. I used to wear it all the time in here, but I lose it. This is what happens is like I just lose things and then I find them and I'm like, oh yeah, I have them. Yeah, see, Dave gets it. They have chronic hamstrings. So say it's going to be 2nd and inches. He's going to take a shot down the field, got a wide open Addison for a big first down, moving the chains.
Huge.
Oh, man. Minnesota's coming out ready. I had to watch it. An angry death watch his team lose the 49ers today. Yeah, maniac. I stopped in there just to say hello. I knew he was feeling. I stopped in there right when they scored their 2nd touchdown. So he was feeling a little better, but I knew that was probably tough. I wasn't sure how that Tampa Bay game was going to go today. 1st and 10. Hands it off to Madison. He's got another lane. He's going to get about 7 on the ground up the middle. I forgot that he sometimes goes by Death and sometimes goes by Maniac. I feel weird that I just don't even know his name because I know all of his nicknames. 2nd and 3, hand off to Madison again. He's going to break away. And he's going to pick up like 8 yards.
They come out firing on offense, don't they?
Dude, they were ready to start this second half. And, that defense getting a stop for them just made them that much more ready for this first drive. Madison's only 25. I keep forgetting he hasn't been there that long. All right, 1st and 10 from the 28. They're going to hand it off. Oh, no, he fakes the handoff. Dobbs looking downfield, checks it down to Chandler, and he's not got a lot of room. He's going to get pushed out of bounds after about a yard. Couldn't really get his footing by the time the defender was there. So he got shoved straight out of bounds. I guess getting shoved out of bounds is better than getting tackled down. Saves your body a little bit. Dude, I really thought he handed it off there.
The fake was good.
I was like, wait a second. All right, 2nd down and 8. They're in field goal range, but a touchdown could be pretty big here. And I think there's going to be a pre-snap penalty, and there is. False start on Madison. No, sorry, Brandon Powell. I knew it wasn't a lineman. What number is Madison? 2. I thought he was 4 for a second. Because I knew Addison was 3. I just got those.
2. I'm pretty sure he's 2.
I thought he was 4. And so that's why I got confused. So now it's going to be 2nd and 13. Dobbs looking, pressure's coming. He's going to take a shot. And no flag, tries to get it to Addison. It's going to be 3rd and 13. Oh, man, that was tough.
See, that shows you right there that you can get away with DPI if you're looking back at the ball.
Yeah, that's a huge one there. How did he not get a flag there? That's what I'm saying.
He's looking back at the ball, and then the contact, it looks like it's incidental. But he gets away with it because they're watching his eyes more than they are his helmet.
His hands, yes.
If you're looking back, you get away with it. I think that's the rule.
Pretty much. Unless it's obvious. 3rd and 13, fakes the handoff. He stands in, fires to the left side, and it's picked off. But there is a flag. And Powell was on the ground, so I think it's coming back. He's going to keep running it back to the 40. He's going to take it all the way to about the 15, but I think this is going to go for Minnesota. It's a nice play, but I think he pushed him down.
Yeah, can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be a Pat Surtain. Now he's cooked because he just ran the whole length of the field.
Yeah, he needs a breather. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He put him down on the ground. I know his foot slipped a little, which kind of helped, but
that play there was made on a crisp cut on the route when the ball was in the air.
He put him on the ground.
Because Powell stopped on a dime and was turning around, and he had his hand on him. He had no choice but to grab.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 12. And he's going to hand it off to Madison. Nowhere to go after about a yard. Oh, there was a flag on the second one. The first one, no flag, but I think there should have been a flag on both of them.
Yeah, the first one he didn't tackle him. He just had his hands on him when he was looking back at the ball.
The second one was undeniable, though. He pretty much shoved him into the ground because he tried to cut back. Yeah. That's like the opposite of an underthrown ball.
Great decision by Dobbs to hit that route, though, on the curl.
All right, 2nd and 8 from the 10. They can still get a 1st down at the 2-yard line. Dobbs looking to throw. Has time, fires over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Addison again. I just think he missed the mark on that throw. I don't think it was anything.
Hard.
Yeah, I don't
you're
think it
right. I
was
think he missed
anything that
it.
Addison or the defender did. I think he just
Oh
threw it too
yeah.
far behind him. Yeah, that one's on Dobbs.
Oh, he saw the guy that was jumping in front of the pass, so he threw it out of his way.
Which is not a bad idea. There's a lot of
No.
interceptions that happen right there.
Calculated miss.
3rd and 8. Dobbs is going to step up and keep it himself.
Cutting.
And he's got it into the end zone for a touchdown. Did you say calculated miss?
Yep, on the throw.
Bro, he's literally a rocket scientist. So,
because if he would have thrown that ball where it needed to be, there was a big D lineman standing right in front of it. So he threw it behind. And then he scores a touchdown on the next play. So guess what?
That's where he's like the most dangerous. He's not even like a mobile quarterback, but he's the most dangerous with his legs. All right, extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Minnesota extends their lead 17-9. Still a one-score game, though.
Yeah, Denver hasn't scored a touchdown yet, though. So
that's the big difference here, honestly. Could you imagine how different this game would look if Denver actually capitalized on that turnover at the beginning of the game?
That's what I said. I mean, because if they would have capitalized on that turnover, then they're playing with the lead, and it's a different look. Instead, they haven't had the lead other than 3-0. Minnesota came right back and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
So far, Minnesota's dominated this game. It's really 17-6.
When Maniac makes a 1K subs, he owes the blood a good bit. You know what? He got to like 750 on his own or wherever he's at now. I mean, I've been trying to help him out as best I can because, you know, he's a good dude. But he's put in all that time and effort himself. So I don't think he would owe us anything, to be honest. He puts in the work. He's there.
I mean, I don't know how many of you guys were here when we started, but when Alex and I started, we just sit in here and we would do live streams and we would just talk about sports, and we would get random folks from time to time. It was tough sled in the first 6 months.
It was fun though.
We had a blast.
It was fun. It was a lot more unhinged, but it was fun. We had a lot of your treasure hunters hang out with us too.
Yeah. Some of them still show up. That's what's really kind of cool.
Now, sometimes you'd go to bed, and I'd bring Colin in here. Colin would get up on here with us, and we would just we wouldn't even be talking about sports anymore. But man, we were on here forever. It was so much fun.
But I was listening to who called the Buffalo game today? Gosh dang it. He drives me nuts. Romo. And he's sitting there talking about how Buffalo is a quiet Super Bowl contender right now. And I just couldn't help but laugh. You know, like this coaching change is such a big improvement for their team, and this and this and this. And they've just given away a lot of games.
Was it Al Michaels with him? Who was with him? Jim Nantz.
Yeah.
He was like talking about how he thought the Ken Dorsey firing was a mistake. He didn't actually say that, but you could tell that's what he was getting at. How long have you been doing this? However long ago the Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford trade was. Because the first topic we ever talked about was that blockbuster trade in the offseason.
What a trade that's worked out for both teams. How often does that happen?
And we got a touchback for Denver. But yeah, no, shout out to Maniac though, for real. You're right, Panther. I mean, I'd seen you on Twitter before because I was interacting with him on Twitter before I ever met him on YouTube, really. That's how I met him, was via Twitter. From Tom still. But like that's how I met him. But I saw you on there from in his retweets and stuff. So
all right.
It's cool. It's cool you're hanging with us now.
Russ is in the gun, low snap. dumps it down to McLaughlin, who's going to push out to about the 27, get knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, back in the day when we first started this, our channel was really rough because I didn't have any internet. I had like 8 megabytes per second, but I still found a way to get on here and stream. It was rough. We had a lot of dull spots. But we did it anyway. No matter how bad, we still did it. We pushed through the crap internet.
And there's the pitch to Williams. Denver really needs a running game this half, and he's going to push forward. He's going to make it third and manageable. He's going to get about 5 on that play. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 2.
5 or 6, yeah. So the Broncos going to score more than 13, or that's up to the Broncos.
I really feel like they're going to get a touchdown sometime really soon, and then it's going to come back and after that, they may get 10 more points.
I feel like if they end up getting a stop here and Denver gets no points, I think Minnesota's going to go down and score another touchdown.
Wow. 3rd down and 3. There's the snap. He's back to throw. Pressure's coming. He rolls out, lets it go deep down the field, and way overthrows.
He overthrew Mims. He overthrew Mims. I don't know how you overthrow a guy that's as fast as he is. But he finally took the shot, so I'm clapping for him for that. You gotta take chances.
I'm going to call it right now before they punt this ball. Denver has to have a stop here, or this game could be over since they have not put together much offense.
Is Russ this bad under pressure now? No, I think a lot of the problem is they do not allow him to go deep hardly ever. That's only like the 2nd or 3rd pass that was more than 10 or 15 yards.
So I think the biggest difference between Denver this year and last year is that Sean Payton is dictating how Russell Wilson plays. He's not letting Russell Wilson beat them.
I think Russ has actually played really well this season for the most part. But you're right. I think he's under a complete and total leash.
I don't think he has much leeway. I think he has to play the game the way Payton wants him to play it. Now, if they stay together for a few years and Sean Payton actually builds a little bit of trust in him, that might change. But right now, Payton's trying to reel the team in and make them at least competitive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird situation, like those two. It's an interesting story nonetheless, but I just don't understand, but we're not there, so we're not in the conversation between the two of them. We don't know what's being said.
Dave, like I was talking earlier, Russell Wilson in the pocket is not that good. When he gets outside the pocket and throws, he's a little bit better. I think it has maybe a vision. It might be a vision thing, but when he stays in that pocket area, I don't think he's that good of a quarterback.
I mean, do you think it's because he's only a half an inch taller than Kyler Murray and can't see over his offensive line?
I really think that has something to do with it. And that's why, let's be honest, I didn't think that they would be world beaters this year, but I thought Sean Payton would be good for him because of Drew Brees. Drew Brees was about the same height, and Payton set up an offense where Drew Brees was, a Hall of Fame quarterback. So, and Russell Wilson's got the pedigree. He's got a Super Bowl. He's got all that stuff. I thought Sean Payton would be a great addition, but this year's been more about Sean Payton breaking Russell Wilson and rebuilding him the way he wants him. And I don't think he has a very long leash.
I'm with you. I think you probably nailed it on the head. Like, maybe not 100%, but like 80% at least. And that's pretty good for us having no idea what's going on behind the scenes.
And it's just a guess based on what you see. But if you watched Russell Wilson in the past, Pete Carroll would get mad at him. And I think that inevitably was the reason why Seattle traded him, because he tried to play Josh Allen hero ball at 5'10", and he couldn't see, and he made a lot of bad mistakes. And I think that's what they've been trying to clean up this year. Obviously, last year with Nathaniel Hackett, it did not work at all. And this year, I think Sean Payton, that's his goal.
1st and 10 from the 25, gonna hand it off. He's only going to get a couple yards here. That was Chandler, by the way. Sorry, from the 20, not from the 25. He got 5 yards and made it to the 25.
I feel Denver needs to get the ball back like now.
Dude, a 3-and-out would be absolutely huge. We got 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and Minnesota doesn't feel like they're slowing down for nothing.
Nope, they have to have a stop.
All right, 2nd and 5. Play clock's running down. Dobbs is looking to throw, and he's got time. He's got a wide open Oliver down past the 50 for about a 30-yard gain. Dude, why do people leave tight ends wide open? Like, seriously, how does it happen? I see it way too often.
I'm trying to figure out why they're playing so soft in this zone.
Like, Dobbs is just eating it up. It's not like he's making crazy throws. Guys are just wide open. Is my mic different today? Well, it might be. I was banging my head off of it earlier because that's what the Broncos make me do. But no, it's not any different, I don't think. 1st and 10, going to hand it off up the middle to Chandler. Dude, he's got some fight in him.
He just popped that dude and ran over him.
Dude, he just trucked a man twice his size.
9 stops in 7 years.
He was the 7th quarterback drafted. I guess that is a lot of quarterbacks in one draft. Yeah, the only thing different about my mic is I literally lifted it up here earlier and was banging my head off of it. All right, 2nd down and 3 after the angry run by Chandler. They're going to play action, roll out. He's under pressure. He's going to stand up the middle.
That play.
He still managed to get positive yards after it blew up in his face.
They read that play. They had him dead to rights, and he still made a positive gain.
Let me make sure I'm not.
Are you on your camera? Because you do sound different today.
I think I am on my camera. Hang on. All right, does this sound better?
Yes.
Oh, why didn't you say anything?
I just thought it was because I got my volume turned way down so I don't have to wear headphones.
All right, 3rd down and 2. Play clock's running down. They're very close to field goal range, if not already there. Dobbs is going to fire. I don't know how he got it over the line, but it's caught by Powell for a 1st down. Dude, I do not know how he got over the line. I'm going to be in here tomorrow night because I don't feel like listening to a biased Eagles fan rant about how good Jalen Hurts is. I think Jalen Hurts is good, but I don't think he's the best quarterback in the league.
He's
gotten a lot better. He's gotten better since last season, but trust me, I will not do that. I will also not do that about Patrick Mahomes either. Our offense has been ass, and I will call it as I see it. But I won't call Pacheco bad ever. 1st and 10, gonna hand it off to Madison. If he fumbles, and Denver has the football. This is what they needed.
Oh, I don't know. A penalty on the play.
It might be an after the play penalty, though, because people got a little chippy. According to Eagles fans, he's top 3. I would say he's at least top 6. At least. I don't even know where. It was on Minnesota, whatever the penalty was.
It was holding.
Dude, I don't know how that happened. It just came right out of his hands. It just slipped out of his hands. Give them another chance. Need your defense to win the game. No, I don't think they're bad, okay? Look, they're just not consistent right now. I watched them put up 41 points on the Bears, so I know they can find a way to click, right? Like, I know that's there. They just need to start putting things together because we're on the downward slope of the season. Like, this is the best time to figure out where you're at because this is one of your better competitors for the rest of the season. Not saying our divisional opponents aren't because they always give us a hard time, but this is like a true test. This is like a Super Bowl test, right? Because you're going to play against an NFC team if you make it to the Super Bowl. So, like, this is your core time to put things together and make sure everything works. You know what was reported this week? That Richie James is listed as questionable. Bro, I don't care. Like, ship him to China. He's got 1 catch this year. He has 1 catch this year. I don't care if he's questionable.
Yeah, see, we talk about it all the time, and you're always looking because everybody has the ability to go on a run and play above their pay grade, right? But you're waiting for a team to hit their stride at the right time in the season, and the Chiefs' offense this year has lacked. It's lacked consistency at the wide receiver, and now if they can find what they need going forward, then they're going to hit their best football in the last.
That's what I'm saying.
Games.
Like, I'm feeling like in the next couple weeks it's coming. Like, there's no way Andy Reid is going to just allow them to just go out there and put on these horrible offensive showings all season. Like, I know we're over halfway, but I feel like now is where he's going to buckle down. I think if he wins tomorrow, it's going to set another coaching record. And to do that against his former team is really cool.
Hey, you know what the one good thing is? Unless next year our divisions play each other, we won't have a Chiefs-Bengals game probably next year.
I'm not that upset about it. I'm sick of losing the Bengals in the regular season because something's telling me we're going to lose to you guys on New Year's Eve, even though we have no business doing so. The only good part about that is it's in Kansas City.
I feel like this is a must-score need for Denver right now. There goes Javonte Williams. He's got the edge. He's going to push. He's going to get 10, 11, 12, 14 yards on first down there. Nice run.
I'm looking up
the time for Denver.
I'm looking up our future schedule. I bet we play the North next year.
That'll be hilarious.
You want to take a guess which AFC division we pulled next year?
I thought we played the East next year, but I could be wrong. First and 10, Denver's all the way out a yard before midfield. Russ is in the gun. They're going to go. They're going to flip out the screen to Judy. Oh, my gosh. And Judy's gets 35 all the way down to the 32-yard line and another first down. There's what I said earlier. They need to get him involved in the screen game. Get him high.
We have the NFC South and the AFC North next year. I can't escape them. They were like, no, we're going to make damn sure they got to play the Bengals every year.
All right, first and 10, balls at the 32. Denver desperately needs a touchdown, in my opinion. They're going to hand it off, and that's going to go nowhere. 1-yard gain, and that was McLaughlin.
Dude, no, I don't mind playing against the AFC South in the playoffs. But in the regular season, I wish we would stop. Like, seriously, I wish we didn't have to. We got the East this year. So that means we play the North next year, and that means the year after we're going to hit year 3 CJ Stroud, which means he's going to be beyond God tier at that point. He's going to kick our ass in the regular season.
McLaughlin goes out in motion. They throw the screen pass. He gets a little bit of momentum.
Nice.
He's going to get pushed inside. And almost gets the first down.
He's going to get 8 yards.
And why do you play the NFC South? Flag.
That's the division we have next season is the NFC South. After the 17-game season, it's hard not to play a team in your own conference. Yeah, but it just feels like for the rest of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow's career, I'm gonna have to find a way. They're gonna find a way that we have to play all of us play each other.
3rd and 1, and Russ is gonna sneak it, and he's gonna push for the first down.
Yep, we got Bucks, Saints, Bengals, Ravens, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, Browns, Panthers, Falcons, and Steelers. Yeah. And then we'll get the winner of the AFC East and a random NFC West opponent, which is probably going to be the Niners, honestly.
You know it will be, right?
Yeah, I just know. It's too predictable, man. That's why we have to play the Eagles this year. They're like random opponent. And I'm like, oh, you're making us play the Eagles. That feels so random. When was the last time the Chiefs played the Browns? I think the playoffs. Playoffs
You
in
were
20.
at that game, right?
I was at that game. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes got knocked out. And then Chad Henne beat the Browns. That was scary. That was probably a top 3 most scary moments of my whole life. I think we played them the year after that, though, in the regular season. We might have had the North. It was before Joe Burrow, though. It was before Joe Burrow. They say it's random, Dave, but it's they pick a division in a non-conference division, and they just say to be determined. Chiefs are tanking for Marvin Harrison. That's me in fantasy, which I'm not tanking. I'm about to win 3 in a row, but I'm still got the number 1 pick right now, even if I'll win. Yeah, I think we played. I want to say it was 2020 or 2021 when we played them in the playoffs, but I feel like we played them one time after that, and it was still Baker Mayfield. But I don't think did the Browns win their division that year? No, because they were a wild card team. Baltimore must have won it. It was before Joe Burrow. I think no, because Pittsburgh won it, and then Baltimore beat Pittsburgh. Then the Browns came to Kansas City, so they didn't win their division. I don't know. Did the Browns ever win their division? I think it's happened at least once. Have they?
They won it. Baker Mayfield went 11-5 one year. I think they won it one year.
I feel like you're right.
They beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs in the wild card.
The shame of losing to the Commies was too much to bear. Did you see the video of Adoree Jackson? He was like, F them Commanders because they didn't draft him.
1st and 10, they throw the screen to Judy again. It finally decides something works, and Judy's going to barrel for 9 yards.
Just outside the 10. Somehow the Chiefs.
I think it's hilarious. You were like, they don't throw the ball to Judy unless it's 15 yards. Like, they need to put him in the screen game.
Out of all the teams currently in the playoff race, not the teams that could still make it, if I had to pick the first game the Chiefs played against, it would be the Ravens. I would want to play the Ravens first. Because I know
down and 1.
We are built to beat teams like the Ravens.
And they're going to bust up Williams behind the line, but
he's short.
He's a little short. It into a short game, but it's going to be 3rd down.
We'd rather have no future than low down to the Commies. That's literally what happened. They kicked the crap out of them, too. That was the most confusing game of the day, I think. And not because I didn't... I literally saw it coming, and it still was a confusing game for me.
3rd and 1, big play. Russ is under center. He's going to sneak it. Yep.
Dude, he didn't even have to. He could have just walked across. No one touched him until he got 2 yards.
And there's a flag.
Uh-oh. Who jumped? Who jumped? I'm assuming it was Minnesota. In the regular season, I just never had been at one of those games going back to the 90s when I used to go to 4 to 6 games a year. Yeah, I don't feel like we play the Browns that often. Obviously, I know we play a AFC North team every year. But it was Baltimore consistently every year, and then Joe Burrow came along. And then Baltimore, as soon as Joe Burrow got healthy and had a healthy season for the most part, Lamar and the Ravens, every member of their team got injured. Like, I think that entire division outside of the Bengals were just like decimated somehow. And then, Burrow came in here. So we've had him the last 2 years. I mean, we don't get him this year, which is unfortunate.
Illegal formation?
Only the Broncos, man. Literally, only the Broncos.
How do you get illegal formation on that call?
Only the Broncos.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Giants went out. They have an 85% chance at the wild card. That's kind of crazy, but that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream about the NFC is still so open to the wild card spots at least.
That 7 seed for sure.
Yeah, the 7 and almost the 6th. I think Minnesota might lock the 6th up, honestly.
All right, 3rd and 5 now. Russ has got to do something here because
Denver player forgot to report as eligible. That makes sense.
Oh, that makes
sense.
They only rushed 3. Russ steps up. He's going to be sacked from behind.
It was from behind, but in front of him. He got him from behind, but he was standing in front of him. How does that happen? They screwed up.
A penalty is going to cost Denver an opportunity at a touchdown.
I've heard that song before.
And the field goal's good.
Now it's what, a 5-point game?
17-12.
Why is every Broncos game score so stupid? It doesn't matter whose score is stupid. One of the two teams' score is dumb.
The thing is that they have not put the ball in the end zone yet. Says,
well, would you blame Russell Wilson for this?
I mean, yeah. He's got to be able to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. That's his job.
But they would add a first down if their offensive lineman knew how to do his job.
I get it. Pre-snap penalties. I mean, pre-snap penalties screw up momentum.
But it's not the quarterback's fault.
No, but it's still his. I mean, it's still his job. He's responsible.
He is.
It may not be his fault, but he's responsible.
See, I don't think it should be that way. It's a team sport.
Yeah. Well, you being a Zach Wilson fan, you know who gets blamed.
Listen, that's why I was asking you, because I'm not blaming Russ right now.
I mean, he gets a higher percentage of the blame. I think that's what it boils down to. But 3rd and 1 is where he put the position he put them. I mean, yeah, it's a double-edged sword because pre-snap penalties, everybody blames, it's everybody's fault. But then on 3rd and 5, if he doesn't convert, it's his fault, and they've only got 4 field goals.
You have the AFC, the NFC East next year.
Ugh.
Yeah, you have us in the NFC East. That sucks. I wouldn't want to play against the NFC East. I think we get them the year after next. So we played the North. We play the South next year. So I guess we could pull the NFC West the year after, but
yeah, I complained this year about playing the NFC West, and that's probably all the games that we're going to win.
I mean, you did sweep an entire division. That's kind of impressive. What's up, Vasant? Vasant? Sorry, I feel like it sounded weird the first time I said it.
Yeah, I mean, that our best win was against the Niners, and that, and that was when we played our best football. So,
has a score of less than a 1% chance of a game ending at this score. Yeah, that's fair.
Can Denver get another stop and 2 more field goals?
You're
'Cause I
right,
don't think he put it
Crafty.
in the end zone.
The Packers are 4-6. But that means they could be 11-6. Maybe not 12-5, but they could be 11-6 if they won out.
Today was Jordan Love's best game by far.
Yeah, and Brock Purdy. Dude, that deep ball to Brandon Ayuk for that touchdown. Ayuk's a dog, man. All right. Where are we at? We're at the 25. 1st and 10. And he's going to try to get it to the outside, and it's going to be a drop. Dude, they said that, and there's a flag on the play. That thing just said that Denver has a 34% missed tackle rate. That was the problem for their defense in the first half.
They've played better this half, I think.
Offensive pass interference on KJ Osborne. Let's see it.
I thought they could block on a screen.
He tripped his own teammate. Is that the pass interference? He prevented his own teammate from getting open. I'm confused. Was it the lineman down on the ground? I don't know. Either way, it's 1st and 20 now from the 15.
That's tough. Here comes the blitz.
Dobbs looking. He's going
to he's hit.
outside. It is picked. And he's going to take it inside the 10. Oh, that was a bad throw. That was Dobbs' worst throw of the day.
He got hit, though.
He got hit a lot harder earlier and made a crazy throw.
No, I mean, the hit affected the throw.
They keep calling that 29 McMillan's name today. He's had a pretty good game.
You ready?
Oh, I forgot to look at him when he threw it. I was looking at the secondary.
Ready? He's going down.
I think the ball was already out.
It came out wobbly. It flopped. Ready? Boom. That's because of the hit.
Yeah, I guess. Minnesota has 3 turnovers in this game.
Can Denver make 9 yards for a touchdown today? Let's see. There's going to be the handoff, and there goes Williams. He's going to get a yard.
He's going to get probably 2.
Dude. Denver has to be able to score a touchdown at least once today to win this
settling
game.
for a field goal right here would be an absolute just heartbreaker for Broncos fans, man.
Yeah, that'll be the 3rd turnover today with with hardly anything to show for it. Denver's the Pittsburgh of the West. Throws the screen pass out to Mims. He's going to try to get the edge. He does get the edge, and he's going to get face masked, I think.
Yep, there comes the flags. Not going to get a touchdown unless there's a penalty that gives them extra chances. Well, they just got it.
I think that's a face mask. Yep.
Nailed it. Oh. I thought it was a defensive face mask.
Oh.
Mims had got the face mask.
Oh, well. Oh, he did grab it. Oh, that.
He did grab it.
See, I thought right there was the face mask. I didn't realize he got a hold of it. That's what you get for wearing orange gloves, bro.
Well, no one's got an orange face mask.
I know. That's why they can tell when he grabs it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wear them dark blue gloves. Then it matches the mask.
The Nuggets lost and now Broncos. Ugh.
Well, there you go. Now they got some work
tough.
to do to get in the end zone. They're at the 23-yard line, 2nd down and goal. If they have to settle for a field goal here, my word.
To be fair, Minnesota took their foot off the gas.
Back to throw. Looks downfield. He's going to step up. He's going to hit his check down. And there goes Williams. And he's going to barrel inside the 10. Or to the 10.
To the 10, yeah. That was a 13-yard gain on the screen. The Nuggets are having a pretty isn't it the World Cup qualifier that they're doing right now?
All right, 3rd and goal from the 10. They got to get really close to go on 4th down.
Yeah, the Nuggets are still doing pretty well this year, though. 9-4.
It's a
Marvin Mims. Oh no, it's Judy. Judy drops a touchdown in the end zone.
Wilson actually gets it out on time with the blitz coming, and it's a triple bobble drop by Judy. What a nice play by Russ, I gotta say. Perfect throw.
It was a wobbly throw, but Cricket World Cup. Okay. I didn't know other sports championships were referred to as World Cups, so that is on me. I didn't know they're doing World Cup qualifiers for soccer this year.
And they're
going to settle to the 3.
Dodge another bullet. And they still have the lead.
But you know what? If the Vikings don't do anything on this drive, they have a chance to actually take the lead this time. Now Russell Wilson knows how Zach Wilson feels. So I'm telling you. You ain't got to tell me. I know it's the quarterback's responsibility to get in the end zone, but it's not his fault when his receivers drop touchdowns.
Can't argue with that.
First time, Russ. I'm convinced they're half brothers. The Broncos are the Chargers without the injuries. You think the Broncos wasted a 1st-round pick on Judy? I mean, this is one drop. He's had a pretty good game when being targeted today.
I think he's a good wide receiver that's not been utilized in his career.
I just don't think he's been utilized correctly. Yeah, Steve Smith definitely went in on Jerry Jeudy, and I didn't think that was called for. Like, it's not his fault that they've had, all these different quarterbacks trying to figure it out, all these different coaches. It's been a carousel of personnel basically Judy's whole career. Whether it be coaches, quarterbacks, or whoever. I don't think Judy's as bad as people want to try to make him look like he is.
I would take him for sure.
I'd take him. I just wouldn't trade with Denver. But they're never going to just cut him. So therefore, I cannot take him. I mean, you know what? When players yap and bad things happen, that's just karma because they yapped. Like, look at Eli Apple. His career's awesome when his mouth's shut. But, it happens. It doesn't, just because he runs his mouth doesn't mean he's not good at football. Tyreek Hill runs his mouth every day, but he's still good at football. He does have karma moments, like when he said he was going to dunk 200 on the Chiefs. And, he did score 6 for us.
I thought tonight was going awful smooth.
All right, calm down. I'm here. Hey, next Sunday, we got the Chargers and the Ravens. That ought to be interesting. It could be Brandon Staley's firing party. Or he could get fired. If he gets fired this week, the Chargers might upset the Ravens. All right, kickoff's up, and it's a touchback. if you look overall, Judy's an average wide receiver at most, a second-round pick. And no, not one option on any team. His attitude's kind of bad. His attitude is bad, but with consistent quarterback play and play calling, he wouldn't look like a second-round pick, I don't think.
Chris, you're late.
Nah, the Browns already signed Joe Flacco. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. Dobbs is going to hand it off, and he gets it to Madison. Madison's going to get to the 30.
That's about 5.
It's close to 5. It might be a little shy of the 5-yard mark. Yeah, Browns beat him to it, even though the Browns said yesterday they weren't going to sign him. I hate when they do that, man. Now, anytime the Browns say they're not going to sign someone, I'm going to assume the next day they'll be signed in Cleveland.
Mr. Shane don't need no help, sir.
All right, 2nd and 5. They give it right back to Madison. Full head of steam. Somehow gets maybe a yard out of what should have been nothing. Personally, I don't think Judy is the problem. I think Judy's going to look better the longer this system starts playing out. All right, 3rd and 4. They're never going to sign Patrick Mahomes. Dobbs looking to throw. Has time, steps up, fires, and it's broken up. And Denver gets a stop. Is this a turning point?
It has to be. They still can't score a touchdown, though.
Yeah, but a field goal takes the lead now. And the way their defense is playing.
Pretty good throw, honestly.
All they need is a lead. It was a pretty good throw.
Just
great defensive play. It was a good defensive play. I agree, Crafty. I think the Bengals need a Jacoby Brissett. 4th and 4, they do a fake, and he's going to have all the room in the world. He's going to take it down the field.
Kevin O'Connell with the gutsy play call.
The second fake in 2 games.
Dude, that caught me off guard.
I wasn't ready. And he's going to take it to the 31. For 31 yards.
Look at this play.
All the way to the Denver 38. Now they're almost in field goal range. He just let him take the direct snap. All right, 1st and 10. We got 8.5 to go. They're going to give it to Madison. Madison's got nowhere to go. What's up, Balin?
So I guess that answers my question, Balin. They play the Cardinals tomorrow. And I won't be able to. I'll be at work.
There's a flag.
I'll be in here tomorrow night. Are you off tomorrow?
Think so. I hope so. That's going to be a holding on the offense, so they're going to lose 10 yards.
Well, that takes them out of field goal range for now. What a play. That guy right there, number 32 for Denver, should have seen that coming. And he was not looking at that. He was looking at the punter.
Dude, he sold it so good. He sold it to me. All right, 1st and 20 now at the 48. Fakes a handoff, looks, throws the screen to Madison. He's trying to get to the outside.
He's going nowhere.
He is going nowhere. He's going to lose a yard or 2 here. And it looks like number 99 for the Broncos is down. Clock's going to stop at 7:59. I saw bits and pieces of that game, and it looked like a pretty good game.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of blame to go around on this Broncos offense, to be honest. I don't think you can single it out. Like Alex said, it is a team sport. Russ hasn't consistently gotten them in the end zone. But 5 field goals is really not good. But there's a lot of clerical errors, pre-snap penalties, just dumb things that have happened. So it's a combination. Maybe if you want to blame somebody, blame the OC. I mean, I don't even know that it's his fault either.
I've been saying all these things for weeks. We just weren't talking about the same team.
And that's fair. It's the Broncos are probably poised to
still win this. They still can win this game.
Home. They're going to have a chance to win.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's having a pretty solid year, but I just don't feel like anybody's talking about that. Like, I know you've said it, but people, the media, the social media, the media, nobody's talking about that. He's having a really good year.
Yeah, statistically, his year's been fine. He's not made the mistakes. Last year he made a lot of the mistakes, and it was real easy to finger point.
Yeah, I mean, it was like games they lost was either their defense or he made mistakes. It went back and forth. But, this year the defense is playing well. He's playing well. Just some things don't work out.
Sean Payton is very Bill Belichick-esque. He's got to have his team play a certain way. There's not a lot of additional freedoms. He keeps it under control.
Balin, he's in California right now, rehabbing. He wants to be back in the facility in New Jersey on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. 2nd and 21, he's got all the time, and he still gets out of it. He's looking downfield, and he's able to get a yard because he gets pushed out and couldn't get the pass off. But he said he wants to come back playing by Christmas. I think that's the game he said, Christmas.
He said he expected to be practicing by December 2nd.
Well, he said he wants to be back in the facility by Thanksgiving today, is what he said.
They said during the game today that he expected to be practicing again by December 2nd. I find that very hard to believe, but we'll see.
3rd down and 20, Dobbs looking, has time, fires. He gets it to Chandler. Chandler's got a huge hole, and he's got a first down on this. Oh, my God. Chandler's the MVP of the Vikings for today, honestly.
Sean Payton center going, I don't think we can score a touchdown if we give up a field goal.
Oh, yeah, they would have to. It'd be, 4 points then? 5 points?
5, yeah.
I don't know how to do math.
Somebody burns a timeout here because they both seem to be pretty gassed. Everybody's got their hands on their hips.
See where he went down at.
There.
He is maybe an inch short.
Down. He's short.
He's like an inch or two short.
Oh.
I don't know. I think Sean Payton's taken some heat already. I don't have to do math in the casino.
So the bad part is, though, Vasant, is that they were so god-awful last year. The fact that they're improving under a new coach this year at this point, I think they got to give him time to get his system in play, get the right players in there. And I know they got rid of Hackett awful quick because they knew that it wasn't going to work, but this is going to work out. They're going to be a winning team again. It's just a matter of how many games they can win.
Honestly, the only things I have to know with my job with numbers is basically how to count to 100. I don't really have to add anything. So, yeah, I just need to know how to count. I used to have to do math, but I don't really have to now. Math is hard, okay? Shelby gets it. She has to do a little bit more math than in the casino than I do. She deals with a lot more numbers. I just count. Count up. I know I have to know how to count what 20 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1 equals, which is 36. But I don't have to count like that. I just got 20, 35, and 6. I'm a scientist and I don't math good too. Math is hard. Math is hard.
I just have to remember how to do certain equations.
I have never caught anybody cheating at slots.
I don't know how you could, honestly.
I mean, there's a whole magnet theory. I don't know if that actually works or not. But I don't know.
I know when I was in technical school, I went to work for Caesars. Short of the line to game. I went to work at Caesars and I soldered up circuit boards for these some of these slot machines. I think it was in their test facility, and I made up circuit boards as a summer internship when you were little, and never again. They're programmed to pay back a certain percentage.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, probably what I'm doing now. I've been here for a decade, so I guess that's grown up enough. I'm satisfied. Enough. You're never going to be a dealer.
Here it is. It's
I
fourth
considered
down.
it. It's going to be 4th down in literally inches.
Oh.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2 inches.
Oh.
I love this. I love this aggressiveness.
Oh, I kicked the field goal.
He got it. I don't kick the field goal. It's an inch, bro. You can do it. I have faith. Trying to keep Denver in the game. Denver's trying to keep Denver in the game, but their offense needs touchdowns. Or at least stop Minnesota from getting them.
Oh, you almost fumbled.
All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the 30 at about the 20s. I don't know, 27. Play clock's running down. They're going to fake the handoff, roll out, and he's going to throw it to Hawkinson. Hawkinson's only going to get a couple and going to get slung down. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
I love when they roll Dobbs out of the pocket when they bootleg him.
I just like rollout plays. Like that's like when Baker Mayfield's at his best. He could throw some dots down the field on a rollout. All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 6 now. 5.5 left in the 4th. Denver needs a stop in a bad way.
Yeah, because they're not going to have a lot of time.
Dobbs looks, pump fakes, fires, and he's got Hawkinson for a 1st down at the 12. At the 11. They're going to say he's touched down. I think he was too.
So a touchdown here, pretty much it's going to win the game.
I just, unless they miss the extra point, then it would be 8, right?
Yes.
Then they force Denver to have to score a touchdown. What a play. 2 big plays by TJ Hawkinson in a back-to-back. 1st and 10, going to hand it off to Madison. He's going to cut back, get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Maybe half a yard. Oh, yeah, that's why Baker was so good when he was good in Cleveland. The injury started wearing him down, and which is when he started playing not good because he had a great O-line and a fantastic run game, which made him look so much better because he had so many more options. Baker was never bad in Cleveland. When he was bad, it was because he was hurt.
Yeah, he got the shaft in Cleveland.
He did get the shaft, man. Now they're screwed. 2nd and 10, gonna hand it off to Chandler. They're gonna settle for I think they're gonna settle for a field goal here, unless they get a touchdown on this play or a first down. Which I get it. They're running the clock down. They're giving faith to their defense.
Son, I thought he was a little fired up today, for sure. All right, huge.
All right, 3rd and 10.
And mostly right.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't call a timeout before that 3rd and 10, though.
Play at the game.
Play clock's running down. He gets the snap off. Pressure's coming. He's rolling to his right, and he's going to throw it away.
Oh!
Almost picked off. It's 4th and 10. Clock gets stopped at 3:20.
They bring the all-out blitz, and it floats.
It paid off. It paid off. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal to make this a 5-point game. And a touchdown can win it for Denver. Dude, I don't know how he even got the throw as far as he did because he had no strength from his shoulders down. Like,
just don't miss the field goal here.
All right, 30-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. And it is good. Now the score is 20-15. The last time the Broncos were considered elite. Peyton Manning. I missed the 2015 Broncos because Peyton Manning was still in the league. When he retired, man, it's like my childhood died. Like there was nothing left for me to hang on to.
Except for Alex Smith and the Chiefs.
And I'm still sad he's not here anymore either. But Peyton was my entire childhood. Without Peyton Manning, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
It's probably fair. Can Denver score a touchdown today? That's the question.
I mean, I'm not kidding mostly. I feel like half of my soul died when he announced his retirement. Like, it was tough. It was really tough.
And then when the Colts did him dirty, she was angry.
Yeah, they're cursed now.
Russell Wilson, 38 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter, overtime, and regular season. Second most among active quarterbacks.
Who do you think number one is?
Of actives?
Does Rodgers count?
Yeah, I would assume it's Rodgers.
I would say Rodgers. That would be my guess if he counts. But if he didn't count, who would your guess be?
Well, after first down, let's see.
Matthew Stafford. No, it can't be him.
They're going to hand it off to Javonte. He's going to try to get the edge, but he's going to be barreled out of bounds with no gain.
Yeah, it can't be Stafford because he doesn't have like an extremely high winning record at all, really.
It might be somebody that's not playing by the name of Matt Ryan, who's still active.
He's probably. I can't put Stafford above Wilson because that would mean he'd have to basically win more games with the Lions than he really did.
Stafford had to come back a lot in Detroit.
He had to come back a lot, but he didn't always win. Oh, it did say it was Stafford? That would be my closest guess.
Oh, Wilson fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete.
He almost one hand caught that.
Throw is wobbly. It's 3rd and 10. It's go time. So Minnesota's going to – Russ has got to get something here.
Yep, there's still all 6 timeouts and a 2-minute warning.
Crafty Stafford, a.k.a. the original Herbert.
No, that's Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is the original Justin Herbert. The only difference between them is 10 kids.
Big play. They've got to get some positive yards here. 3rd and 10.
I don't think
they're going to hand it off because it's 4-down territory, and Samaje Perine is going to get 6 or 7.
I don't think Rodgers is considered active on the IR, though. Because that's an inactive player on the reserve list. 4th and 3. This is literally the play of the game. I know we've said that about 100 times.
You better make sure you get it. You roll Russ. Get him out of the pocket because they're coming. Here, no, they drop 8 into coverage. Russ steps up. He's got looks. He floats it out, and that is.
Oh my God! It's caught by.
And it's going to be.
Courtland Sutton caught that. But there's a flag.
I don't know if he caught it or not because they're waving it like incomplete, but that was amazing.
I think he caught it. Well, there was a field goal, Panther. 20-15 now.
It doesn't matter. It's DPI.
They said he caught it. I want to see this catch. What if they decline the penalty and then Minnesota challenges it and he didn't catch it?
It looked like OPI.
No, he caught that. I told you, man. He caught that. He's the best at them crazy catches.
Oh, my God.
That's a dog.
2:19 to go in the game. Ball is at the 45. Denver needs 55 yards to pay dirt to win the game. There's a snap. Russ back to pass. He lets it go. It's complete to Samaje Perine, who gets another 1st down.
And that'll be the 2-minute warning. Oh, I gotta use the bathroom, but we're almost done.
We're going to have a commercial if you want to go.
No. You know what? I'm going to go, actually. And just hope it doesn't take me that long. They would have the option to accept. Okay, I was curious. If they declined the penalty, then he challenged it and said he didn't catch it, what would happen? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to hurry.
Oh.
They didn't go to commercial.
Huh?
I said they didn't go to commercial.
Look at that. Look at that playoff.
That was going to be a commercial break.
Basically, the AFC is still in contention, except for New England.
And Tennessee. New England and Tennessee. My Peyton moment was when Joe Theismann got his leg broken. My Joe Theismann moment was when Alex Smith got his leg broken.
Fake punt was the play of the game.
My peak
because that basically gave them this opportunity to win.
Dude, that was awesome. The fake punt. Just pee your pants. That's a good idea. If the D fails, I blame Alex. I'm sorry, I could not make it in time.
I like how Peyton has got the whole offense and he's calling a play. And they're all around like kids.
He's in the huddle.
He is in the huddle.
He is the huddle. Sorry, Minnesota. If I let you down, I'm sorry. I'll pee my pants right now.
All right, 1st and 10. Ball is at the 45. They got to make it in for a touchdown to win the game.
I smell an interception.
And who better to have on the field to win the game other than Samaje Perine?
GOAT.
Drops it off to Perine. There he goes. 40, 35, 30. He's inside the 28.
Love that guy, man.
He gets very few touches on this team, and it's amazing.
This channel has been more PG-13 lately. Hasn't it always been PG-13?
For real.
I don't remember it never not being
I've
PG.
cussed more in the last 3 weeks than I have ever on here. First and 10. Russ is back to pass. He steps up. He dumps it down. He's going to get to Samaje. And he fumbles it out of bounds.
He got lucky. It almost didn't go out of bounds.
They're going to give it to... He never signaled. The ball went out of bounds.
It almost didn't, but it went out of bounds. He was close to being able to pull that in. No, this channel used to pretty much be rated R. And it's been PG-13 since then. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts.
So somebody's going to start burning timeouts at some point. Denver did there.
Mostly it's because he told me to stop. He told me to stop. He said, I'm going to put you in timeout if you don't stop. That's what happened. But it didn't used to be like that. It was rated E for everyone for a good, 6 months. And I decided that I don't care. I'm an adult. And all of you, except for Sports Cat, are adults.
Oh, I'm sure there's another 12 or 13-year-old lingering in here somewhere.
You're making it worse by saying that. See, you are making us look like bad influences. I just said everyone's an adult here, and you're like, "Oh no, I bet you dollars that there's kids in here."
All right, second down and 4. Ball's at the 22. Russ is back to pass. Looks, rolls out, fires, and throws it away.
I mean, if he would have swear, bad word. Yes.
Sports Cat is never here, though, it seems.
I think Sports Cat's always here.
Yeah, I feel like he's always here.
I think he's always here. But he does have school tomorrow, so. Shelby's underage.
All right, third down. We are in 4-down territory, so they got 2 plays to get this first down.
Okay, you guys may not be adults, but you're old enough to be adults, and that's all that matters.
Dumps it off to Samaje. He's at the 20. He's going to step out at the 16.
At the 15, maybe?
They've got 16 yards to pay dirt. Can they get it in the end zone?
In a minute and 9. I have work tomorrow. I hope I don't have work tomorrow.
Tomorrow I got 2 semi-loads of stuff to unload, and I don't want to. All right, here we go. It's 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Close. It's back to pass. Looks, steps up, lets it go for the end zone, but it's going to be caught. Cortland Sutton with the touchdown. Once today they got it in the end zone. I thought that ball was going to be picked, and Cortland Sutton hauled it in the back of the end zone.
I'm sorry, Vikings fans. It was my fault. Are they going to go for 2?
If they go for 2 and get it, I got the correct final score if it ends this way.
Oh my God. But if they go for 2 and don't get it, Minnesota can win on a field goal. They still hold 3 timeouts. They can win on a field
goal either way. They have to get 2 to make it a field goal.
Yeah, but overtime and winning it are different things.
They're up 21-20. If they kick the extra point, a field goal still loses the game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That means I'd be playing the win and not playing for. That's what I just said.
They have to go for 2 here to make it a field goal.
I swear you do not hear anything I said.
What did I not hear?
I said if they go for 2 and they don't get it, Minnesota will be playing for a win and not overtime.
Okay.
I know they have to go for 2. They don't have a choice. They do have a choice if they trust their defense.
They're not losing anything by going for 2. 21 or 22, they still lose on a field goal.
All right, here it goes. Play the game.
Get it? Oh, they flip it out. Javonte Williams is going to be stuck.
He doesn't get it. So Minnesota's playing for the win now with 1:03 and 3 timeouts. Their offense has been pretty bad in this last quarter. All right, I'm going to the bathroom now. I got the scoreboard updated. It's just taking a second.
That was such an amazing touchdown.
All right. Well, I wouldn't have chosen that play, Sam.
I love when they show these the slow motion replays. Everybody in the stands are all standing up at the same time. There is a lot of time on the clock, but first lead of the day. Don't you just feel like Josh Dobbs is going to drive down the field and kick a field goal? I know I do. There is the kickoff. It's going to go through the back of the end zone, and they're going to get the ball at the 25. And they are getting loud in Denver. Renault says, "Go Vikings." There we go. Back to pass. Dobbs looks. He fires. It's going to be to Hawkinson, and I think that ball is incomplete. Knocked away from the tight end, and they are at 58 seconds to go. Good play by the defense there. The only thing I like about the Volunteers is that their uniforms are orange. And Alex likes the Volunteers because Peyton Manning went to school there. I don't even know if she knows that. Dobbs is back to throw. He fires. It's going to be complete, but he's going to step out a yard short of the first down, Jordan Addison.
I tried to hurry.
3rd and 1.
My cat was being an idiot. It's 3rd down.
Oh.
I feel like Addison had a chance to get a first down right there. All right. 3rd down and 1. They're probably going to run it up the middle. Nope. No, Dobbs is looking. He runs into his own lineman. He's looking downfield. He's still escaping the pressure. He's going to get the first down. Oh, my God. This game's crazy. My score is off. What's the score?
That's right.
This is my hoodie. The Fresh Prince is
Oh, snap. He was down before the line to gain. His knee went down.
Fresh Prince never heard of stay sick. He was down. He extended. Wait, his knee wasn't down yet.
It went down. The shin is down. Right there.
The shin did go down. So it's 4th and inches. They better not take a shot down the field. I'll be so mad.
Oh man.
I will be so mad.
What a time to go play action and go for it. I would not let a wide receiver anywhere near me.
All right, they got the first down on the tush push.
Looks like they're going to use the timeout.
They already used
one. They've only got one left.
They got one timeout. I have to waste a timeout because of the sneak. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got 41 seconds and one timeout remaining. Now you can take a shot.
Oh, they're going to have to. He's going to have to go downfield at some point.
I mean, they're at the Minnesota 36. They probably need, what, like 30 more yards?
Yeah, pretty much. They need to get to the 35, I would assume. Or really close to that.
All right, 1st and 10. This crowd's real loud right now.
No penalties, please.
Dobbs looking to throw, has time, going to fire to the outside. He has Hawkinson, but he can't hold on to it.
Same play that they ran on 1st down the last time, and the same result. Knocked away from Hawkinson.
All right, 36 seconds remain. 2nd down and 10. It hit him right in the face. He just couldn't come down with it. 10 seconds on the play clock. He's looking downfield. He's in trouble. He's going to escape the pressure. He's being flushed. He breaks the tackle, and he's going to throw it away. It's 3rd and 10, 28 seconds.
The fact that he's not gotten sacked and got the ball out and away is a miracle.
I feel like his athleticism is a little underrated because he's got to like be like a noodle or something, man. I feel like he should have at least been tripped up there.
Just to be strong enough to throw that ball out of bounds at that point, falling backwards.
All right, 3rd down and 10.
Play clock expired.
They got it off just in time.
And he's going to get sacked. Oh, that's going to be grounding.
Grounding or a fumble. Fumble, the game's over. They're acting like it's a live ball.
I think they're acting like it's incomplete. And there is a flag. It's going to be grounding.
Was that 3rd down or 4th down?
That was 3rd down.
So it's going to be 4th down.
Papa needs a nap and a cheeseburger. I'm wound up, man. I thought this has been awesome tonight.
Oh, yep. They got him with grounding. All right. Now it's going to be 4th and 25. There's no way, right? There's no way.
Dude, if he pulls something off here, I'm going to say he's magic. But the total breakdown of this offensive line has been horrible.
Yeah, I know. They played pretty well all game. But Denver's defense.
He might have been down. Either way.
I think this works out better for him.
Here it is.
4th and 25, 23 seconds. They have no timeouts if they are to get it. Back at their own 21, Dobbs looking.
He's got time.
He's got time. He's going to load up. And it's nearly picked, and that's going to be the ball game. Denver's going to win by 1 on a turnover on downs. And Denver takes it. Incoming the Broncos fans. Sprinkle them in. Here they come. It was 4th and 26. Bro, shout out to who was it? Cortland Sutton for that touchdown that saved the whole game.
Mostly says Minnesota eats it. Yay.
Packers fans cheered. And here they come, victory formation to take the final knee to expire the clock. It was spicy. Was it dangerous?
Oh my gosh.
That's Dave's favorite thing. That's his favorite sandwich. The dangerous.
The game that it wasn't supposed to be that good on Sunday night has been one of the better primetime games we've had lately.
Oh yeah, it was. I felt like this was gonna be good. I was scared about being disappointed. I'm not doing dad jokes. I'm doing Russell Wilson jokes, which are worse than dad jokes. Because he's got to be. I told you, let the Broncos fans sprinkle in. He said it's too easy. Couldn't score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. Too easy.
Got nothing to.
Hang on.
Nobody had nothing to say the whole game until.
Hang on. There's another one. We're waiting on him. He's coming.
Yeah, there's more than one.
There's another one. He's coming. Yeah, your primetime game actually had a couple touchdowns for once. Not too shabby. Dude, Russell Wilson is the corniest quarterback in the league. Maybe corniest football player, but it's good for the memes. When are all the salty Vikings fans coming? I don't know that we have very many of them. Dobbs did not look good. Like, the Vikings offense did not look good in the fourth quarter. The entirety of the fourth quarter, in my opinion. Love to hear you guys announce a high school game. It felt like it. It wasn't a bad game, though. It was a good high school game. I've seen better, but it was a good game.
Would be fun.
He's too clutch. Russell Wilson is not too clutch. Your defense won this game. Russell Wilson didn't play bad, but the Denver defense won this game. 100%.
Yeah, they stepped up that last drive for sure.
That fourth quarter, period. They stopped them. They halted them. Russell Wilson's a cheesehead. Of course he's corny. That's fair. I'm not disrespecting cheeseheads by saying that. Because I've never had a cheesehead actually made me mad. Y'all heard my Alabama team beat another team 66-10. Oh, so you're a Patriots fan and a Bama fan? There's almost nothing. There's almost nothing worse than that. There's almost nothing in this planet worse than that.
Mike and Chris, you're really just cutting yourself out of friendships, right?
Dobbs might have lost this game. I would say so, but I think the offensive line failed him at the end of this game. They played good for 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, they stopped protecting him. I mean, Denver's defense, like I said, stepped up and played a lot better. They didn't play bad the first 3 quarters, but they played a lot better in the fourth quarter, which is, what made the offensive line uncomfortable.
Let's be honest. What really lost this game overall was just turnovers. I mean,
with 3 turnovers, they still had a chance to win. And the Broncos had none.
Yeah. Turning the ball over cost you games. I mean, that's what it boils down to. They played winning football. They just turned the ball over too much.
Yeah. There's literally, is Denver now number 2 in the division? Yeah, because the Chargers and the Raiders both lost today. So I think that would put them at 2.
Nuts.
What is it? Were they 5-5?
Yep, 5-5.
I think the Raiders are a game, maybe 4-6. Yeah, because if they would have won, no, they were 5-5 going into this game, so they're 5-6, and Denver's 5-5, right?
I don't remember.
Hang on.
It sounds right. I think
Denver
you're right.
was 5-5 before this game, so they're tied with the Raiders, and the Raiders have the tiebreaker over them right now because they beat them in week 2. The Raiders will be above
Raiders
them.
are 5-6.
Yeah, but they have the tiebreaker.
Denver's 5-5.
So they were 4-5 before this game?
Yes.
I thought they were 5-5 before this game.
No, they were 4-5.
So they're okay. So that means
now they're even.
Okay, I'm understanding. All I know is that the Chargers are 0-1 this week. I think the Chargers are 0 however many this month.
Chargers are officially in the bottom of the division now.
That's nuts. Yeah, Staley is his clock is ticking.
It's a very promising place to go be a head coach. You got a great quarterback, awesome wide receivers, leadership.
They're talking about Bill Belichick being the head coach of either the Commanders or the Chargers next season.
I saw something today about trading Belichick to the Chargers.
Well, we're past the trade deadline, but can they do that? Just trade a coach?
Yeah.
Can you get a player and can I be like, oh yeah, we'll trade you Bill Belichick for Keenan Allen?
New Orleans got draft picks for Payton.
Or but can you make it a package deal like players?
Not at this point of the year.
I meant next season.
So they can do whatever they want.
That's pretty sweet. It just doesn't ever happen, so I want Andy Reid take Miles Sanders. No, thank you. So the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl? I mean, if you ask their fans. I mean, he just said that was a thing.
Basically, when Denver hired Sean Payton, they had to give up draft capital.
Well, that wasn't a trade, though.
If you have to give up draft capital, you have to give something in return. That's the concept of trade.
Sutton is huge. He's been the clutch gene in the last 2 games. My Browns play Broncos next week in Denver. I still like the Browns there. The Browns they're just like the Steelers, man. They find a way. The Browns defense way better than Minnesota's. Browns defense is way, way better than Minnesota's. 3-2 Browns.
3-2.
That's probably an accurate score. I don't know. I think that ought to be an interesting game. Not a fun game to watch, but an interesting to see how it plays out. From now on, I'm picking the Broncos. No. This is why you should pick against them.
Yeah, this run's got to come to an end. They have the.
I said the same thing about Jacksonville. But they did bounce back against Tennessee today, so good for them. Can't believe how the Broncos win. I'm telling you, it's the defense. Broncos defense played lights out in the 4th quarter. I'm telling you.
And you remember what you talked about about our picks, how the later games I do better and you do good on the early games? Same thing happened today.
1 game?
I'm up 1 game, yes.
You're not making a point. I literally don't get Sunday Night Football right. And I usually don't get Thursday Night Football right. And I usually don't get Monday Night Football right.
I blew Thursday, that's for sure.
The Broncos have Mr. Unlimited. It was a good game. Cheers to the Broncos. Cheers to the Vikings for hanging in there. Miles High is not an easy place to play based on the altitude and just the environment. It's very hostile. So there's a strange thumping sound in my house. Is it your cat? Just say yes. Yeah, no, we had a good game this. It was a weird week. What is it, week 11? Weird slate of games. A lot of weird stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened kind of the way we thought they would, but It was a weird slate. Next week's even weirder. Because my coworker asked me to make picks for her for next week, but she made me do it today. So I was like, girl, I don't want to do this before all these games are played, but I did. And next week's weird.
And then we get Kansas City and Philadelphia tomorrow.
Yeah, my stomach hurts about that.
Oh.
But I'm excited about it.
I mean, could be a Super Bowl preview.
I wouldn't be mad.
I mean, it's the 2 number 1 seeds currently. I mean,
look. He finally made it after he called Josh Dobbs a bum in the first quarter.
He did call him a bum, didn't he?
Yeah, I did. I can pull it up. But
I think it got deleted, but
it's still on here though. It doesn't delete from StreamYard.
Right. Here you go. Got something for you.
Crafty said, are you streaming any Thanksgiving or Friday games? Well, the Friday game's at 3 p.m. So
I'm home.
If I do any of them, it will be Thursday night game. But I have not ruled out the possibility of me being here on Friday. I am scheduled to work, but I'm going to try to find a way. What if Zach Wilson is not playing? Then I'm just gonna go to work. I don't care to watch it if it's Tim Boyle.
Who knows? They haven't said anything yet.
They said they're not committing to a quarterback who's going to play Friday. If it's not Zach Wilson, I won't be in here for that. So,
are they required to announce a starter?
Well, the way that they're acting, it sounds like it. Maybe for sports betting purposes. I don't know.
It's such a strange dynamic now that sports betting is a thing all over the place about, announcing certain things and whatnot.
Sports betting and fantasy, y'all calling Packers and Lions, is it a primetime game? Then yes. If it's not, then I probably won't be. I have to work during basically every non-primetime game.
I'm definitely available Friday, so I'll probably be in here Friday.
Yeah, it's at 3 p.m. That's such crap. Who wants to watch the only football game of the day at 3 p.m.? It's TG. What's TG? I don't think you have to tell who starts. I know that Jonathan Gannon left it up to be a mystery. Is it the noon Thanksgiving game? Oh, no, I will not be here at noon on Thursday. I go to work at I think I have to be there at 1 maybe.
Oh yeah, you got 1 to 9 on Thanksgiving, I thought.
I don't work a full 8-hour shift on Thanksgiving. It's a weird shift. Niners at Seahawks is the primetime game. Well, at this rate, it's going to be the Niners versus Drew Lock. So I don't think that's going to be a fun game. Thanksgiving. Oh. If it's noon, if it's the noon or 3, there's no way. Because he's busy by 4 o'clock and I'll be at work.
I get home on Thanksgiving Day somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30
p.m. Yeah.
I work all day and then I got dinner.
Yeah, and I work through the dinner. I know you like Drew Lock. I like how much Drew Lock likes Fortnite. Anyways, the next game that we'll be in here for will be the Thursday night game. Thanksgiving night. I should be in here. If not, I'll make a post in the Discord. I'll make a post on the community tab, on the Twitter page, the Facebook page, all that stuff. I'll make it everywhere. So if you if you guys want to follow any of that,
You know what? Just we'll set it up, and then if nothing else, one of us will be late.
I mean, I'm not going to set it up if I'm not going to be here, but I'll be here after eating 10 plates of food. We're doing Thanksgiving breakfast. I'm going to go see Mary Beth on Wednesday after work. Have a good one, Vasant. But
later, Vasant.
I'm pretty much, they schedule me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I don't really have a Thanksgiving window. I'm also not mentally prepared to work 5 days in a row this week. Are you doing tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be here for tomorrow night. I'll cry. I won't cry, but I'll feel sick. Look at that fat cat, bro. All right, so we'll be here tomorrow. For Monday night just slipped my brain because we started talking about next week. And we'll be here Thursday night. He might be here Friday. If Zach Wilson is going to be here Friday, then I might also be here Friday. I don't know. We'll see. I cannot commit to that until Robert Saleh commits to a quarterback. And yeah. So our picks video is going to have to come out on Wednesday because there's no way that we can do a premiere on Thursday. So hopefully Wednesday, midday, 3 to 6 probably, 7 at the latest.
Let's make it a point to record Tuesday.
Okay, we don't have to have that conversation here, but I'm talking about the premiere of the video. We'll be from 3 to 6 to 7. 3 to 7, probably closer to 6 or 7 on Wednesday. We'll make our week 12 picks. So we'll be here Monday. You'll see our video premiere Wednesday. We'll be here Thursday night, maybe Friday. That's the plan. That's the plan. We're going to stick to it. And, yeah. Zach Wilson will be there. He just might not play. Bro, if he don't play, then I'm not going to be there either.
If he doesn't play, she's got no interest.
If he doesn't play, I think there's a 0% chance they win. 0. Dolphins win.
See you, Renault.
But we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for chilling with us. We had a great primetime game. We haven't said that in a while. Hopefully we have another great primetime game tomorrow. It would be a miracle. The Jets are on Friday. Black Friday game. But we'd have to have a miracle to have 2 good primetime games in a row. So I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst. You guys are awesome. We're going to get off here. We might play some games, me and Sam and Shelby. So the link to my gaming channel is in the description. We might be streaming there in a little bit. I have to eat food. I have not eaten since noon today, and so it's been almost 12 hours, and I'm starving. But yes, the link is in the description for my gaming channel. If you want to come hang out with us, we might be over there in just a little bit. You guys are the best. We're Alex and Papa Blood from It's in the Blood. And we will see you guys on the next one.